and we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's going on with y'all? What's good with the fam on this good Tuesday? I see you already, Ghost. Salute to the fam, man. We back to get boxing. It's JusDueBoxing again, man. Y'all already know if you catch this on the playback, smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, and come rock out with the family. I see you going in already, Ghost. Let me say what's up to the fam. Skywalker, what's good, Brody? How you feeling? Shower, what's going on, Queen? How you feeling today? All things, what's good, bro? Steph, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you in the building. Ghost was good. We gonna talk about it, man. This is an open panel because I feel like this card definitely need to be discussed. It's a pretty solid card, man. I just got some information about the rest of the undercard, so it's a solid one. Don, what it do, homie? Thomas, what's good, my bro? Mike, what's good with the family? Good to see you in the building. Appreciate the super thanks as well, man. Appreciate you. Big Tex, what's good with it, bro? D1 is in the building. What's good with you, my bro? IB, what's good, family? Is they going? Yeah, we gonna find out for sure. We gonna find out who more prepared to win this fight. I think it's a good test. I'm ready for the David to stop. Boo Boo overrated. You think Boo Boo overrated? Big Texas. Mike, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Yeah. Where my boy Flossie at? I know this is boy right here, Benavidez, man. You say he gonna blackball my bro on the undercard fight or welterweight. I know you was going. You gotta stall him out. Goes to David about this. Yeah, man. Look, it's definitely a good fight. Make no mistake about it. I think the only thing that kind of concerns me to some degree is the timing of it, right? But you know, better late than never. And I've always wanted to see Boo Boo get his opportunity against somebody that's of substance, that's quality, that's to his standard. I feel like Benavidez is the guy, right? Now, I know people are banking on, you know, Benavidez just overpowering him and just being a bigger man, you know, more active and things like that. The natural 68-pounder. I get all of that, but people felt like Benavidez was just Sparky Pete was good with it, bro. People felt like Benavidez was just gonna mold through Caleb Plant too, and he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it. He didn't maul right through him. In fact, Caleb Plant gave him a damn tough fight for the first 6 rounds or so. And once he started to waver and, you know, he started to fatigue and gas a little bit, that's when Benavidez came on strong. But up until that fight, it was a Caleb Plant fight to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely was up, in my opinion, after 6 rounds. This is some fresh barn pre-fight no dress. I like it. Listen, Ghost, I like the Boo Boo with the haircut, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get them dreads up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You coming to fight, bro. Because you can't be looking crazy at Benavidez. You can't have no dreads with Benavidez punching you, bro. It's going to look crazy. I'm trying to tell you. You don't have no dreads. Caleb was out boxing. Yeah, nah, real talk. Caleb Plant boxed a beautiful fight for the first half of the fight, bro. He just fatigued down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? And Benavidez came on strong. I do believe this is one of the first times, in my honest opinion, that I think Benavidez had to get somewhat of a second win. And when he done that, you know, the rest is history. The fight was his. He took over from there. Boo Boo in out the pocket. He much stronger than people think. And Dave not as strong as people think. The Mexican Monster might be weight drained at 68. It's interesting, bro. Flossie, get on up here, man. The link in the chat, man. I dropped the link early for the fan. I want to discuss this whole card, not just the main event, because like I said, you got a pretty solid undercard. You got Jamal Charlo coming back against Jose Benavidez. You got Michelle Rivera coming back fighting Sergey Lipinets, and you got Ray Vargas fighting Brandon Figueroa. So that's a whole card to me. That's a good solid card, man. And they're giving you your money's worth. It's a pay-per-view joint, and we're gonna rock out, man. I think they giving us cards and fights that we need, man. I think that's the most important thing. Demetrius had the top 3 best defense in boxing since Floyd was around 10 years. Andre defense still better than people think, Ghost. His defense, by the numbers, statistically, his defense is still better than what people think, yo. That's why I'm still looking at this fight as a 50-50 joint. I'm not counting Andrade out. Again, I know he got an uphill battle. You get what I'm saying? Some would still suspect that he's still acclimating to 168, whereas Benavidez could arguably be up at 75, right? So I'm thinking people going to feel like the natural size advantage is going to play in Benavidez's favor, and it's going to make it a much more difficult fight for Andrade, man. I think the most important thing for Andrade is that what is he, 35, I believe? He need his legs, bro. He need his legs for this fight. He can't afford for his legs to go. You know what I mean? He can't have that. He going to be in trouble. He just can't have that happen. Not in this fight. It's all part of Stephen S. Smooth trying to say he save his job. Yeah, we getting the fights. Thank you, Steve. Too little, too late. Ashley's corner, what it do? Cuzzo, how you feeling? Gertz, what's good, bro? Rosa, what it do on me? He said Andre about to give it his all. Benavidez is gonna struggle. I'm telling you, Andre, yo, what's good, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Andre gonna come to fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be another test for Benavidez, and it's kind of like a about time thing for you know, Andre. So I like both guys. No, obviously I've been watching Andre longer, but at the end of the day, with boxing, I don't pick with my heart. Like my heart definitely, you know, naturally just rocking with Andre, but I know this gonna be a tough fight, but I ain't counting them out how other people count them out. Flossie, what's good, bro?
Not much. This fight gonna have people think that I'm an Android hater, but I'm not.
Nah, if they just listen to you, they'll know. You ain't no hater, man. You like Andre. You just Benavidez one of your favorite fighters, and you see what you see, bro. I mean, how you see this fight playing out?
But first of all, this nigga Go said it's gonna be Floyd and Canelo 2.0. Andrade is not no damn Floyd.
Miss Just Do, my baby girl. Salute to you, Queen.
I don't know. It depends though. Like a lot of people think Andrade is just gonna fight a certain type of way, but I don't think he's gonna be on the back foot all night.
Right.
I don't see him on the back foot running around too many times in any other fight. So why would he do it now?
Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm with you. Go say bigger, stronger, and a switch hitter. I think he's craftier than what people think. I will say that. I think Andre got a few tricks up his sleeve. Now, I'm not saying that's going to win him the fight, but I definitely think it's going to keep things very, very interesting. And again, it's simple for me. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot gas against this kid. You just can't do that. Like, I don't see too many scenarios. And this is a if, you get what I'm saying? Because I know that's a focal point for everybody. I feel like Andre slow down the back end of fights. He starts so fast and then he slow down. I get it. But like he said, he's very, what I like is he's very aware of the criticism and what people think about him. So he like, hey, man, that the same gas tank got me, 32-0. Like, and I feel him. That's about as honest as you could be. Even, and that's why I say, it's different levels to, fatigue to me. Certain guys are still able to win despite being tired. Other guys, you see it, you're able to visibly see them slow down, and then you see how it's going to end up being a problem. We knew this for Caleb Plant, right? And we seen it right when we knew what we was looking at, right when we seen it. We like, oh, there you go. He's slowing down. I was like, man, this fight going to get rough for him, and rough it got, you know what I mean? And I think that's where Benavidez took it. So, he's like a second half fighter to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you can outbox him for the first half of the fight, that's cool. But can you maintain it? And if you can't, he's going to come on strong. He can do it. I do believe, like, he's young enough to the point where he's going into these training camps trying to get better, man. Make no mistake about Benavidez. You don't got to like him. But the young man, he tries to get better, and he's working on some stuff. And, it's still opportunity for him to grow and get better. So this kind of fight does exactly that for him. It tests the things that he's been working on. You get what I'm saying? We're going to get to see it firsthand. And Jonathan was good with it, bro. So I got Andre with my heart, Monster with my head. I already know that's how it is for me, man, because he a strong dude on the second half of them fights, bro. And again, it looks crazy if you start slowing down, because he see that as opportunity. So if you slow down, he gonna ramp it back up. And he has the ability to catch a second one if need be. And I'm telling you, that's where the fight to me is going to be difficult. I feel like it could be similar in certain ways to the Caleb Plant fight, like be like a tale of two different halves. I feel like the first half of the fight, for sure, 4 to 6, I see it being is the most competitive rounds for sure. But after 6, when you get to the 7th and 8th, where guys typically start to, feel the pace of the fight and the fatigue, right? And Benavidez, that's the thing about him, right? If you're not able to gain his respect, it's tough to deal with him, right? Because he don't really have nothing keeping him out of your wheelhouse. And I'm a firm believer he don't have the best feet, but they're not the worst. You get what I'm saying? If you watch it, and he take up a lot of space, that dude can cut the ring off. I know people have said he can't. That's beat bull. Watch him. Yes, he can. And I'm telling you, he's dangerous when he get in range, bro. And he mixes punches up well. He got a hell of a jab, a strong jab. That'll get you drunk. You definitely don't want to keep getting punched in your face repeatedly with a jab from Benavidez. You get what I'm saying? His body shots is, I think, in this fight could be key. Real key. And if we just being honest, like we seen the fight with Nicholson and Andre, a lot of people felt like he got knocked down to the body. They just didn't count it. So I'm just looking at that, and I'm being realistic now. I like Andre, but just certain things he's going to have to tighten up on to be successful in this fight now. It's not like he incapable of doing so, but, this going to be a real test for him, man, because of the timing in which this fight is coming to him, right? He's 35 years old. This dude, what, 26, 27? Man, he hungry, bro. He hungry, and I just want to see Andre rise to the occasion in terms of, like, raise his his game according to the opponent, because I think you're going to need that. And what I'm saying, you just need a sharp performance. You're going to need to eliminate those early mistakes for sure. and you're gonna have to control the tempo and pace of the fight. If Benavidez is able to either control the tempo and pace of the fight or push it to the pace that he like it, then I can see the back half of the fight being, you know, problematic for Andre. But I'm telling you, early is where it's interesting, and then I think it's gonna get even more interesting once we get to the second half, because I don't think it'll be an early knockout or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's Benavidez, he'll take his time, and he'll if he can systematically try to break you down, you know what I mean, and get you out of there. You know, make no mistake about it. He ain't shy letting them hands go. And these are the type of fights that you need to prove your worth. And it's crazy that this dude been Canelo mandatory for what, like 3 years?
I ain't gonna lie to you, Ghost. You should be saying that man missed weight once.
They want him to get beat so bad so they could do away with the whole Canelo. You know, the people, like, they want him so bad to lose so they can be like, see, told you. Now, if Andre beat him, what you think Canelo would have did? I hear it already. Salute to my baby girl in the super chats representing for her boys. She said, ain't nobody beat Keyshawn. She said what she said, you know what I mean? Keyshawn, I'm telling y'all, I keep sleeping. I'm vouching for Keyshawn too. He's nice.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Baby girl said Jamal Carlos Adames, man. Carlos Adames said he want Canelo goes. Said Jamal getting stopped. I'll say this. We're gonna talk about that too. We damn sure could discuss this whole card, man. And Anthony Alvarado was good with all the bandwagon Benavidez fans. Better support. Nah, I think Benavidez got some real support, bro. I don't think he got bandwagon fans. I think he's just a real fighter. To me, like I don't have those personal feelings that people be having with these fighters. I'm not into that, right? All I know is every time he get in the ring, he give us an entertaining fight. I get it ain't always the opponent you want, but I don't think that's his fault, right? Nobody can tell me that this dude don't really want to be great. Like, I don't know. I have a tough time believing that, because that's what he showed me. His energy is consistent. The way he carries business is consistent. When he get in the fights, you don't see him freeze up. He get in there and fight. You know what I mean? It ain't his last outing, I think, was his toughest fight, but that's what you expect. And I just don't think people understand how good Caleb Plant is and how good of a win that is. I think because people seen it that Canelo knocked him out, that makes that not a great win. That's a great win. Caleb Plant really could fight. And it's annoying that people in boxing don't understand that, because they so hung up on the fact that he's not a big power puncher. But that man can really fight, dude. I'm telling you, if you ever watched, Caleb Plant is very athletic. He's smart. He set traps. That dude is nice. I'm telling you, yo. I don't feel like anybody could just get in there and beat Caleb Plant ass. I don't feel like that. Get what I'm saying? You see how competitive Canelo didn't do it. Benavidez, he gave a good fight. That's a hell of a fighter. So what I'm saying is that's a good win and learning experience for Benavidez. And one thing that's interesting about this fight is he's coming off a fight where it was his most competitive, but it was with a guy that has similar, you get what I'm saying, similar skill set. You know, it's still different, but they can do some things alike. That I think that Caleb Plant fight could kind of prepare him for this. You get what I'm saying? I think so. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good fight to have going into a fight with Andre, is what I'm saying. So it's not the end all be all, but I think that he got some valuable experience in there with Caleb Plant, and he still has room to get better. So I'm telling you, this is going to be a real fight for Andre, but it's going to be a real test again, I believe, for Benavidez, but I think he's going to be ready. The age difference you mentioned got me favoring Benavidez. I'm telling you, the age is concerning, for sure. And the fact that I know that this dude could be a weight class up if he wanted to with no problem. You get what I'm saying? He's going to be strong, big. The weight drain, you can think about that, but I'm not sure, man. Maybe dude figure something out. Because, again, I figured the last time I seen him, they was trying to say he looked too small. And I was like, he ain't fight like it. He rehydrated just fine. He looked solid.
Yeah, he don't weigh in at 166 for like the last 3 fights. He ain't came close to missing weight.
Right, Ghost is an idiot.
Last time he missed weight, it was in the pandemic. That was like, what, 3-4 years ago when he missed weight?
Right. Pat Bell, what it do, homie? How you feeling? King G Boxologist, what's good? Andre about to show up and show out and shock the world. Talk that talk, man. Bole, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? Down said Keyshawn made me jump off the bus when he continued to talk about the top guys, and so I asked me what fight he puts down. Only 9-0. I don't know, man. I don't think it's. I think people just got Keyshawn misunderstood. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell y'all. You gotta consider he's a young kid that's enjoying it. And if you're looking at his fights, look at how convincingly he's beating the people he's beating. It's I don't know, man. I see some real talent there. He just got to stay locked in. I think he will. And I think you can credit him for why Shakur remains as sharp as he is. I'm pretty sure he'll tell you that. Keyshawn ain't a bad dude, man. It's one thing for the fans to feel a way about a fighter, right? But when it comes to him, I just know specifically it's the fans that have issue with him, but the people that work with him, whether it's the fighters, the trainers, and coaches, they got a totally different outlook on what he is as a talent. So I know everybody can't just be saying that because they like him and they lying and capping for him, as they say. That dude got to be nice. So he just got to put the work in. It's very early. Think about it. You got to be nice when people have been saying you've been fighting nobody since 5-0. Like, think about how demanding that is. You get what I'm saying? Finding a catch weight, missing weight it's a catch weight. I'm talking go back.
Then now you talking about him working.
Salute to the OG. How you feeling today?
Now you talking about him working with Mimo. Talking about he juicing now.
D-Man, my bro, what it do, homie?
Like Boo Boo ain't in the snap program, man.
Salute to my Brody, man. Yeah, man. I Bole was good. He said, "Who got that one?" Excellent fight, can't wait. Oh yeah, the undercard. Bole, the undercard solid, bro. They got how I know people got mixed feelings about Jamal coming back, but Jamal back on the card. You know what I'm saying? He fighting Jose Benavidez Jr. and Michelle Rivera is back after his last loss against Frank Martin, his only loss. He coming back. He fighting Sergey Lipinets.
That's on the same card.
Yeah, then you got Brandon Figueroa and Ray Vargas. So I'm like, nah, that's a solid card, bro. I'm looking forward to the whole card.
I'll pay for that one.
You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for it. Despite what people say about Jamal, I'm just not that type of fan, bro. That dude used to beat ass. I'm not like confused by the Montiel performance. I felt like he fought down to his level. I really did. I do. I don't feel like he handled that the way he's supposed to. Jamal Charlo, what I'm gonna say is this: Jamal Charlo at the top of his game is a hell of a fighter, and if he can get anywhere close to that, I'll be happy for that dude. That's a win for him. Like I get it. Some of his issues, I think, probably self-inflicted, but he human, bro. So I still want to see him get back and see how he look, man. I think one thing you could say about Jose Jr., man, you ain't gotta like him, but the dude ain't no sucker about it. He gonna get in there and fight. Like, win, lose, or draw, he gonna fight you. So no, he ain't no career 60-pounder, but it is what it is. I mean, he went up there, he fought Danny Garcia, 54? Was it? I think he had a fight at 60. I gotta look, man. But it is what it is. Jamal Charlo been out. Moving up is part of the game, so it is what it is. I didn't expect it to be no crazy opponent coming back if you being realistic. You know what I mean? So I think him and Jose, they should run it. But it's crazy that I've never seen Jamal fighting the brother before David. That's crazy. I ain't see that. Hey,
I had somebody tell me earlier talking about, yeah, David love his brother. He got Jose a bag. No. He love his brother for sure. But we all know he gave Jose that fight hoping that his brother can beat him and get him out the Canelo runner.
I like that. The theory, Flossie. That don't sound too far-fetched, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like,
I'm thinking about
David don't need to fight him right now. So he's like, you know what? Let my brother fight him, man. My brother could beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? My brother beat him up. I ain't got to worry about him. Canelo ain't got to worry about him. And I've been in mandatory for 3 years. Let me get that Canelo smoke. D1 a fool. I
don't think it's going to go like that, but hey, I think that's the thought process.
Right, Bole. It's a good one, bro. It's a good one. I think, how's it, Rivera fighting Lipinets? What weight class? I'm gonna pull it out. I believe it's
they're fighting at 40.
40. Yeah, I believe Rivera moved up, cuzzo. I think he done with 35. And I think that could have been some of the issue in his last fight, too. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Rivera getting started. Hey, cuzzo, I was just watching some old Lipinets highlights. Yo, bro, be punching for real. I ain't gonna hold you. Lippy has still got that hammer, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He's still punching like that. Flossy rock for his boy. That's how I like it, man. You gotta let him know, man. Salute to my brother Mike Kirkland and Super Chat. In your opinion, could Keyshawn Davis be a unified champion? Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. And you know why I say that? Because I'm able to separate the Keyshawn, the guy that's selling himself and enjoying life, the young man, and the fighter that he is, right? Like, if people don't be real with themselves, they'll just look and see that he does something or he talks too much. I don't like him. Like, look how he fight, dude. Like, if that was your little brother or something, if that was your cousin, anybody, somebody you from your neighborhood, can he fight? That's what we won't be focusing on that. People be like, I don't like him. No, can he fight, dude? Can he fight? That's what I'm tired. That's why I be wanting people to know. I got to see him fight twice in person, man. I ain't lying to you. I was impressed. Dude, he don't lose rounds like that, and he's impressive. Yeah, I hear the criticism that he might admire his work a little too long and stuff like that. I get it. But it ain't been to his detriment thus far. Like, you get what I'm saying? This dude be going in there swimming without getting wet, man. The way he handled this veteran, and that's another thing. Again, I'm gonna say it. People are bad fans. Y'all been saying he ain't been fighting nobody since he was 5-0, bro. That's crazy to me. And he 9-0, and they still he ain't fighting nobody. He fighting some veteran fighters that got a ton more pro experience than him, and he's completely dominating these dudes. He completed, what was it? Patera he fought in his last fight. Man, he completely dominated that dude, dropped him and everything. I don't think he lost a solitary round. Like, that's impressive, bro. Like, I don't think people get it. You know how many prospects I've seen come up and, you know, those first fights, they have some tough outs or they end up losing, getting knocked out. It's all types of stuff. That dude ain't coming close to that. He ain't came close to losing a fight yet. And I know it's early, but I see a very talented, consistent dude, and I like his temperament in the ring. He be coming to try to hurt you. You know what I mean? Despite what people think about his punching power, but hell yeah, I think he could be a unified champion. I really do. You know, but I think, again, I'm going to be honest, a lot of things do have to go right for that to happen, right? And I just wouldn't all be up to his skill set and talent. It's timing in boxing, right? Because you would think, Rui, he had 35. You get what I'm saying? How long Shakur going to be there? And is that going to be a potential issue, right? But I think this dude, he could find himself in the picture, man, and being talked about for a while. He just got to stay locked in, man. He got a sharp set of skills, man. I think he's smart, man, and he getting the right work in right now. And I think he gonna show out this next fight, and it's coming up soon, the 14th. So I can't wait to see this. What is it, Saturday? So I'm ready to see it. Salute to my bro Mike Kirkland. I'm vouching for Keyshawn. To I see otherwise right now. He look like a promising prospect.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And probably could be Jamal. There's no concern to David. Absolutely not. And that's my thinking too, because I think if his pops, I mean, if his little, you know, his brother, older brother, anyway, I was about to say younger, but if bro can get him out of there and get him out the way, or even put him in a situation where he looked bad. Like, I don't think a bad performance in a win gets you a Canelo fight either, or maybe it do, but who gonna want to see it? So I don't think so. I think they trying to throw that out there as a possible option, but I don't see him being ready to step up and fight a Canelo unless people want to see both Charlos go out with paydays. Because I got to see something before I think he ready to jump in there with him. I really got to see something, and he got to show it to me. Little Keyshawn, good little fighter. He definitely is. He's sharp, man. Me, Keyshawn versus Frank Martin. I'm telling y'all now. I'm saying it, and I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. That fight is not this won't go the way a lot of people think. I'm telling you now, it won't. Just because of the skill set and the things that he's good at, where he excels. Not gonna tell you that's a 50-50 fight right now. I seen what he looked like against Artem. I guarantee you Keyshawn would have watched that dude. I'm put everything on it. Man, I would love for them to make that fight for him. Man, y'all just made me think of something. Put Artem in there with Keyshawn. I guarantee you, I guarantee you Keyshawn beat this dude and probably barely lose a round. I bet you. And you seen how he had Frank Martin. I'm just telling you, man. People, I think the difference is people just don't know how to take their personal feelings aside from a guy that you don't personally even know. Start there. Like boxing is in a weird place when you got people focused on how much they like a guy more so if he can fight. Like, we not watching dudes just because we like them. We like the skill set, and you like to see these fights. Dudes be talking about who they like. So that's what it is with Keyshawn. So he get that rep because he talk. Facts, IB, he just got to stay focused, bro. Like, nobody going to tell me I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying a solid fighter, bro. I'm not saying he no world beater. You're going to beat everybody. But when Mike asked me, could he be a unified champion? I think so, bro. I think he going to just keep getting better. Right now, I got a reason to believe that. And I think another reason I vouch for him the way I do, because I talk to different people that actually talk to people that know him. And I think that kind of changes my opinion on him when you really hearing it from the people that is seeing the work firsthand and how he's able to handle himself in there with some of these other guys that been pro. I don't know, man. I just don't feel like I don't think he know hype or nothing like that. I think he's solid, man. He's a good young fighter right now. So you just got to see what his ceiling is like. I think he can be real good, man. Keyshawn will be the W champion by his 14 pro fight, and we'll move up in unified 140. I should correct to 35. It's funny, yo. It's funny, yo. That's funny. I wouldn't be too crazy. I mean, it wouldn't be too crazy if he ended up at 41st for some reason. I don't know. We're gonna see though. But I like what I see right now with him. I like it. Yeah, D1. The Charlo chapter is. Yeah, I'm cool on it. Respect to both of them dudes. I still rock with them, but I don't want to see no more Charlos versus Canelo. I'm cool on it. You know what I mean? It's already bad enough they didn't give it to us when we wanted it. Now, no, I'm cool. They're not gonna keep playing with me. You're gonna just give me stuff way after. Marquay, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? You're gonna ask me to Grind Hard Sports Nation, what's good with it? Put Keyshawn in Artem first and then compare. That's what I'm saying. Grind hard. You right. You thinking just how I'm thinking, but I'm telling you, and this is just my opinion, right? I bet you he beats that guy ass. I bet you he beat Artem up. I bet you the fight don't look the same way it did with Frank Martin. I bet you. Just telling you, I'm telling people, man, that pedigree is damn, man. That pedigree different, bro. And then you talking about a guy that ain't pick up boxing late. Like that's what, to me, that's the same thing that makes Frank Martin what he is, right? He picked up boxing pretty late, and he's nice. Don't make no mistake about it. That dude is nice. But when you just compare it and you look at the amount of time that he's been boxing as opposed to Keyshawn Davis, he 28 with Keyshawn like 25. Just think about it, yo. He been boxing for a long ass time. He ain't pick up no boxing at 18. Dude was somewhere competing in the Olympics somewhere. You get what I'm saying around that time. So it's just different, man. It's different. And I'm telling you, when you grow up, I believe, in my opinion, you mold yourself to fight the best fighters in the world. I think that says a lot about you. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with Keyshawn, man. And these Olympians, I think they transition to damn good pros, man. Bob gonna let them get the WBO before Loma. Who knows, man? Who knows, man? Salute to my baby girl, man. Encouraging the people to get memberships. Facts. And it's not like a different brother, twin brother. Yeah, I don't see any need for that fight. Me neither. Little Keyshawn got to show me. They say that about everybody, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think what I go off is what he has shown me thus far. I think we've seen very consistent performances from this guy. And I think you've been seeing him get slipped in there with different veterans and things like that. For example, right? Just for example, they both, Keyshawn and Andy Cruz both got a common opponent. You get what I'm saying? Now, Andy Cruz beat him up. You get what I'm saying? But Keyshawn whooped his ass too. So it's like, yeah, I think people just don't like one guy because he talks. But I like him. I like him because I believe he'll back it up. You know what I mean? You got to show me something. You got to show me that he's not, you know what I mean? Somebody going to have to show me that they're going to just get in there and beat his ass. And I don't think that's the case. I think he nice, man. But yeah, stay away from and it's always fair for him to have to show you. But I think remember Artem having a couple wins from people we heard of. Yeah, cuzzo. And I'm telling you, my prediction, if he fights Artem, he beats him up. He washes. I think he's clean. You know what I mean? He might get a couple, maybe, but it won't. He won't struggle with that guy. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I called it. When I seen the fights, I seen Artem with the 12-0. And I'm like, man, Keyshawn would have beat him up. You know, I'm telling you, because he did nothing special that fight. I watched it very close because I was looking for something, and I seen what I needed to see. And then I called it. I said, now watch when Keyshawn fight his opponent. He gonna watch him, and people gonna complain still. And what happened? Right on cue, he beats the guy, don't lose a round, drop a guy that never been knocked out, beat him up pretty handily. You know what I mean? He was in there styling on him. He was entertaining the crowd. He was, you know what I mean? He was being a showman in there, and I appreciated that performance. It was a fun performance to watch how he beat that dude up, man. Salute to my bro Skywalker. Get them memberships, man. Much love and appreciation to my bro, man. Facts. Oh, hold on, man. Behind the Hands TV, my bro, what's good with it? Middleweight Troy Isley, welterweight Quentin Randall told me Keyshawn was the best work they had as amateurs. Talk to him, man. They don't get it, man. I think they think I just be being a fan. Y'all better look a little bit deeper. Dude got some real talent about him, man. Them veterans fighting prospects for a reason. But yeah, but again, have you ever seen a veteran beat a prospect when they coming up and getting tested? I'll give you a perfect example. Remember Luke Campbell? Everybody remember Luke Campbell. Cool Hand Luke. What was he? A gold medalist coming out the Olympics, I believe. Luke Campbell. I think he was. But anyway, they threw him in there with a veteran, right? On his way up. I think it was, what was dude named Edner Cherry, I believe. And look what happened to him. He got his ass beat. Got beat up. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think we just need to do better job at assessing what we seeing, like, and understanding, like, these guys can lose these type of fights. Like, I know you're not expecting them to, but again, that says something about the talent that's in the young fighter that you expect them to beat these veterans that have been around the block. You get what I'm saying? Not all prospects, you know, pass those tests. These dudes, these young, I've seen it time and time again, bro. I've seen prospects get tested time and time again and fail, end up getting stopped, dropped, beat up. I've seen it all, bro. I've seen it. I'm telling you. So when I see a guy consistently being thrown in there with veteran guys, like, you got to think a Burgos win to me for Andy Cruz coming out the gate was very impressive. But I think it was very good for Keyshawn to get the experience as well. That same Burgos done been in there with Mikey Garcia and some more people and never been knocked out. So the fact that Keyshawn was able to go in there and win pretty much every round definitively, I think that speaks to his, you know, his pedigree. And I think if people just put their personal feelings aside for fighters that you don't even personally know, you'll get to enjoy what you're seeing. You got to think, man, you got to sell and promote yourself. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, a closed mouth don't get fed all the time, bro. That's not going to work for every fighter. You get what I'm saying? As competitive as 135 is, your last thing you need to be is sitting around quiet all the time. And I could appreciate the silent approach, but I don't think that needs to be the case for every fighter for me to appreciate it. Chan Rawls, what it do, homie? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you stopping through. He said, all right, let me stop hating for a second. David Benavidez is a hard fight for my big bro. It'll be a challenge. We fight age and size, and the next thing is durable too. Hard fight. We're supposed to lose. Yeah, the deck is stacked up a little bit, but it ain't no mismatch or nothing like that. It ain't no mismatch. It's still a 50-50 fight. It's a fight that, you know, skillfully, you know, Benavidez, you know, Andre could pull off. It's just about maintaining it, right? Because we know how he start out fights. My thing is, you've never seen an Andre fight where he just went in there and got his ass beat. So again, if we're expecting that from Benavidez, then that's going to be something we ain't seen yet out of Andre, him going there and get dominated. You haven't seen that. Yeah, you've seen people have moments. You seen maybe an arguable knockdown. I seen a legit knockdown against Vanez Martirosyan at 54, right? He got up out the deck and beat his ass pretty convincingly. Boo Boo Andrade is a top fighter, man. He's a quality fighter for a reason, man. He's been at the top of his game. Think about how long he's been a champion in the sport of boxing, man. I know he ain't had the names that people want to see him in there with, but he do his job, man. I think he a hell of a talent, man. This will be a great win for either guy. If you beat the young Mexican monster, bro, at 35, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And you stop his opportunity, you get in the way of his Canelo plans, that's big. But him on the other side, you stop Andre, man, the Olympian. You get what I'm saying? The champ, he's been champ for a long time. He's been a top fighter for a long time, man. I just can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. Cool Breeze, what it do, homie? Abdullah Mason is like that, Cool Breeze. you ain't the only one, bro. I'm rocking with him too. That young man got some talent, man. He going places. Matter of fact, the Mason brothers, period. They nice. I like them. I mean, I believe my bro Demetrius Andrade is the most talented coming to the pros from the era Bud. Y'all saw Bud, now see Andre. It might turn to EJ Rich Bud 2.0. Andre lives clean. He do. That's a fact. Grindhard said most of those upsets happen at heavyweight more often. Now I'm speaking for the smaller guys too, though. Grindhard, would that be getting tested and beat on the way up? You see it, man. Like I've seen it more recently. Y'all remember Carlos Darius was another prospect. You see how things looking for him. K Causey, what it do, homie? Andre, not sent him a message. More like he got a message for him. He said to Crawford. He told Crawford, don't come up to 168 and get effed up. Do not rule out the experiences of being around veterans and tip mentoring from the likes of Herring, Crawford, and Bomac. OG Sensei, the class is in session. Did y'all hear what the OG said, man? I'm trying to tell y'all, Keyshawn got he in some good hands, bro. Brother in some good hands, man. You get what I'm saying? Nate Campbell beating Juan Diaz was an upset, in my opinion. I remember that, Mike. I remember that. Nate told him. He was there all night. I remember that fight. Bruce Gas styles may fights, and we're going to see absolutely, especially when you're able to implement said style, right? That's key. You have to be able to implement it, right? You could come into a fight with any style, right? But you got to be able to implement it to be successful. But I agree 1,000,000%. Bruce Gas, salute to the OG. How you feeling, Bruce? Jesse Hart, have you heard what Jesse Hart said about Andre? I'm pretty sure he gave him a lot of respect. I'm pretty sure, bro. I can see it. Saying no way on God's greed earth, the Mexican monster go get beat up, go beat up on Boo Boo. It's gonna be a close ass fight. I'm telling you, I think people in for a closer fight than they think too. You gotta just look. Benavidez Andre ain't no sucker. Benavidez is a young lion though for sure. But he still got some rough edges to smooth out, as we seen in the Caleb Plant fight. And some of those things and areas where Caleb Plant was successful, don't think Andre can't duplicate or emulate some of those same things and have his success and his moments too. I do believe this could be a tale of two halves, like his last fight. I believe the first half is going to be different from the second. You get what I'm saying? Andre, we all know he could be a fast starter, but the question is he going to be able to maintain it? You get what I'm saying? Starting fast is one thing, but maintaining is another. And his legs, a couple of his fights, his legs ain't look the best. So that can't be his problem November 25th. I just don't see that. That can't be your problem. You're going to have to come in there with a full tank of gas and a reserve tank messing with Benavidez, bro. X, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? And Andre has a promotion throughout his career. Yeah, he finally gets a shot. Let's see if he can pull through, right, champ, bro? So let's see, man. It's later than we would have wanted it, but we'll take it, right? I'm glad for him, man. I'm glad Kirk Douglas would it do, homie. 4 more people become a member. Yes, sir. Salute to the baby girl, man. Merch link, need a hoodie. I got you. Mason will stop Keyshawn. Mason a bad boy right now, man. Mason a bad boy, but it's a couple guys that he fought that he ain't stopped that ain't on Keyshawn level. I don't think he'll stop him. Again, I know he like the new shiny thing, but I think they both real talented, man. And I don't think we'll see them fight no time. So Mason messing around. I could see Mason at 40 before Keyshawn. And like Cuzzo always point out, like she always point out with Abdullah Mason, like he be having to strip down. So he sound like he's a big 135 pounder is what I'm saying. So I wouldn't be surprised if he if he don't stick around at 35 for too long. What Ghost does it. I got you, Ghost. I see you. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna download it. Just see her. This is before you add it in because we talking about him. It makes sense to play it, So I'll pull it up for the people so they can see him, man. I like Andre. Look, I just don't be having a disdain for fighters that all they've done is win. And that's all he's done. The biggest issue was like, bad advice, bad career moves. It's been a number of different things with Andre, but I think one thing about him that's unique is his biggest battles have came outside of the ring. And now I think he get a chance to change that narrative with a potential win over David Benavidez, right? We could stop saying, man, when he gonna get the meaningful fights? I think this is a meaningful fight. And it came a lot later than I think he and a lot of other people would have expected or wanted. but better late than never. He just gonna have to make the most of this opportunity. But I truly don't think he's in over his head and none of that. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna go out there and show a damn good account of himself, bro. I'm not counting him out, but I know that the second half of the fight is gonna be difficult because that's where Benavidez make his bones, man. He can outlast you, and that's a good calling card to have when you dealing with a guy that could potentially slow down in the second half of the fight, right? Because I know that's where Benavidez is going to be looking to take advantage. If Andre slow down at any point in this fight, that's where it's going to get very difficult for him. You can't be a stationary target. You can't allow Benavidez to constantly get them shots off to the body because he'll break you down. You know what I'm saying? And you're an older guy. You ain't a true 68-pounder, right? You possibly still acclimating to the weight class too. So it's an uphill battle for sure, but it's still a 50-50 fight, right? His experience, his skill set, his pedigree, I think those things will keep him in the fight. But again, his conditioning got to be A1, I believe, for Benavidez, because if you slow down, you might go down. You did. Andre taking the smoke. No, and Jamal. Right. It's crazy, right? We saying Andre and Benavidez at 68 before Benavidez and Canelo. Again, it's crazy. Shakur versus Dos Santos 1 week. Next week, Benavidez versus Andre the next. I like it. I love it, man. I love it, Bole. Boxing is back. And this weekend, we got a nice card. We got a good card. Keyshawn Davis fighting, right? What is it? I think TSZYU and them is also this weekend as well, ain't it? So I think we got some good back-to-back weeks in boxing, man. Boxing is thriving. That's why I try to bring a real boxing conversation here today without all the drama and riffraff, and just focus on a solid card, because that's really what we here for anyway. And this is good boxing to me. I appreciate this card. I ain't mad at it. I think it'd be worth the money. Know a lot of people got mixed feelings about Jamal Charlo, but look, I'm a realist. He's shown to be a top fighter in the sport of boxing throughout 2 weight classes, man. So I know he had a rough outing in his last one against Montiel, and it's been rough since then. But I do believe in guys getting themselves together and getting back in there. So I just hope that Charlo is able to get himself back to where he was at. You get what I'm saying? And I know that's going to be tough, but hey, man, this the nature of the beast. Andre better have a hell of a game plan. Benavidez is a young bull. I think, CD, salute, fan. Appreciate you pulling up. You right. I mean, you definitely need a game plan, right? But I think that for me, it's more like my concern is like father time, like, and still possibly acclimating to 168, and Benavidez just being that big, young, hungry, physical guy, right? But I do think skill-wise, Andre got enough tricks and tools in his bag to make this fight very interesting early. I'm telling you, I tell the 2 different fights. I see the first half could be Andre's fight, yo. And that's what he don't want. You can't be behind the 8 ball after 6 rounds. You gotta navigate. You gotta equip yourself well in the first half of this fight, yo, to give yourself a realistic shot at Benavidez. If he's able to get to you early and often, it's gonna get tough down the stretch of the fight. So he want to put himself. He want to be kind of sitting pretty at the 6 rounds. You get what I'm saying? Kind of be in a good position, how Caleb Plant was, because if not, man, it's gonna get rough. I know the second half is gonna get rough. And I know that's going to be where Benavidez is going to be looking to take advantage. He said, Bambi legs won it. Right, all things. You can't have them on the night. 60-40 Benavidez. Been there for years. I get you. I get that, though. I understand that. Knockouts appreciate. Right. Albuquerque versus Australia being Carl Hunter. Oh, man, that's what's up. Salute to Skywalker, man, my God. I say about 55-45 because of the disparity in skill. And McQueen, what it do, homie? How you feeling? And what side you leaning towards? You leaning towards Benavidez? Or Andre with the skill? I'm trying to tell y'all, that's what I know people focusing a lot on the physical, but for me, it's skill that's gonna make this fight interesting. It's the bag, the trick bag, should I say, that I think Andre comes with. He could be a pretty unorthodox, awkward kind of guy in there, man. And I told y'all, if y'all just look at the numbers defensively, Andre is very good defensively, bro. He's very good defensively. I don't think people realize that. Just go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Please look it up, bro. He is better defensively than people think. I'm telling you, yo. And he's tricky. He don't lose a ton of rounds. Like, it's a lot. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, people have been able to have success against Boo Boo, but it's been short-lived. It's very mild success. It's not enough to come close to winning the fight, right? Yeah, you can have his moments and maybe not have looked his best, but I think some of that is due to, that inactivity and things like that. But I do think he'll cross his T's and dot his I's for this fight. I do. I believe that. I like Andre. I rock with him. I'm not counting him out, y'all. I've been watching this dude through 54 up to 60. I watched a number of his fights, a lot of them, bro. He can fight. That dude just ain't no easy. You get what I'm saying? He ain't no easy, run through type of opponent, I don't think, man. So even though the biggest names might have evaded him for one reason or another, I just don't think you can count him out, is what I'm saying. So if you looking at him as a underdog, I'm going to tell you right now, he a live dog. He a live dog. So I don't think you don't count him out. You know what I'm saying? Don't count out the skill set. Maybe Benavidez would be on one and he'll dominate, but I'll be thoroughly impressed if he's able to dominate Benavidez. Andre, I'm not expecting that. Boo Boo skill wise, got you. And yeah, I'm with you. I don't think people are, taking into account this actual skill set, man. I think the dude, I know he's older. Everyone fears Andre. I talked to him. I remember Jamel saying we went to Al and we told him we black carded him. We black carded, ain't no real. He's a Rhode Island. Hey, Andre. I remember that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that personally. Everyone fears Andre. I didn't like when he said that because I get it. Yeah, you might didn't like him, but you should never sound like you cool with another man not making his money. Or you want to be the reason another guy doesn't make money. Unless you talking about doing it in the ring, like beating him up and upsetting things and messing up the bag that way, then that's within the realm of the sport, right? But the way he was talking about it, like he just wanted them to be blackballed, I thought that was in poor taste, but I understand how it is when tempers be flaring and stuff like that. So it is what it is. It's just good to see Andre get an opportunity that's worth it. That's worth his time and ours. You know what I'm saying? It's a pay-per-view fight. It's a good show, good opportunity for Benavidez and Andre to be on pay-per-view, man. He deserved his opportunity, deserved the spotlight right here. I do believe so. Think he's been he suffered, man. He's been the byproduct of like bad business and just like advice and a number of different things outside the ring. Oxford Beaver, Shakur, and top. Yeah, Demetrius Beaver and Shakur, right? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, from Phoenix, Arizona, I root for the home team, but don't sleep on Boo Boo. Ain't nothing wrong with that, CD, man. You got a hell of a fighter representing the hometown, man. Benavidez is a young, hungry guy, man, and he's the type of dude. If he lose, you as a true supporter of him, you ain't gonna be disappointed in him. He gonna come to fight, bro. Very defensively, way better than they think. Go watch his last couple fights. He was rusty against the mob, but go watch him. Like the sweet signs, Boo Boo, the truth. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And that wasn't even his best performance, and he still pretty much pitched the shutout. That's why I be like, I don't know what. I'm telling you, that dude is pretty damn solid, bro. And I do believe in fighters raising their level for the night. I do think guys being able to raise their level for the competition in front of them. I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you, man. Because I like them both. I really do. So I ain't truly got a real dog in the race because Benavidez, to me, is a likable fighter. You seen what Regis said, Joe? Talk to me. What he said, Joe? Imagine trying to take food out somebody's kid. Yeah, I never liked that. I never liked that when he went that direction. Goes Dante Hall boxing talk. What it do, homie? Mason a bad man. He's sparked Keyshawn a lot of times. I'm gonna say kid 19, give him time. He's still developing. Yeah, man. He a real one, bro. Let's go, Boo Boo. Talk to him all things. Creole, the traveler. What it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. I just watched Benavidez on the undercard. I was like, is he doing in fighting shape? Charlo hasn't fought in 3 years. Yeah. Right. Andre got touched 23 times in 10 rounds, and they say he was washed. Yeah, Benavidez had how many combos from Ronald Ellis? Ronald Ellis be fighting, bro. Andre signed with Showtime. Mike Boots did. The PBC. I thought it was a PVC situation, man. Ghost probably got more insight than that. Ghost really be oh yeah, let me pull this video up too, man. Y'all smash the like button too if y'all haven't, but family. Y'all smash the like button for your boy Abdullah Mason, one of my favorite boxers at the moment. Showtime, fight by fight. Okay, Showtime. Showtime it is. And he right there where the smoke is at. That's what people want him to be. So that's where he at. I like it. I like it for Andre, man. You just gotta know he gonna have a tough fight on his hands. That's what it's all about. Yeah, y'all smash the like button for you, bro. Shelton, what it do, OG? What's good with it?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to run this card down to me, Pam. So the main event is Andre and Benavidez.
Right.
What's the co-main?
Family. I gotta see in which order it is though. Hold on, let me see if they got it up. But I'll tell you the fights on there. You know, Jamal is fighting Jose. He fighting Jose Benavidez. And you got Michelle Rivera coming back. He fighting Sergey Lipinets. I believe that's gonna be at 140 because I think he's done with 135. And then you got Brandon Figueroa fighting Ray Vargas. So some solid fights, man. I like them. I like the matchups. I ain't gonna lie. I like Brandon Figueroa.
That's a good card. That's a good card.
That's getting back to what I was saying. Not just top heavy cards. Give us something where we can enjoy it throughout the whole night. Like I'm just not big on complaining. And Michelle Rivera coming off a loss. You get what I'm saying? I know Sergey Lipinets. That dude punching. So don't get caught sleeping with him. He
can get knocked out. He can still get knocked out.
He's dangerous at 40. He should have never been at 47 where he fought Boots. But at 40, he's more dangerous. You get what I'm saying? So that's a solid fight. And it's Michelle Rivera, first fight at the weight class. Why not? Jamal Charlo.
And he's trying to get back into the game.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, he's been down for a minute. Lipinet's been down for a minute. So he's trying to get his get back. He's a proven champion there. And Rivera trying to prove to us that it was all a fluke and the steroids and all this other bullshit. So that's a good matchup.
I ain't see one yet, bro. I'll find out for you, though. I definitely find out for you for sure. Tay, salute, Queen. How you feeling? Opulent, what's good, Brody?
Yeah, that's a good matchup. I like that. Now, Charlo and Benavidez.
Right.
Wow. That's...
I say, man, hey, better than nothing, right? Get yourself back in there, man. I just hope he get right. I want to see him really locked in, man. I root for the dude because I know. So
Benavidez moving up to 60.
Yeah, there go the plug right there. That's my guy. LetsBuild what's good, bro?
Yeah, that's a stretch right there for Benavidez, I think. But hey, we'll see. I mean, Charlo might be Jamal might be a light touch because he ain't fought in like 3 years.
Yeah, right. And I think bro was saying it could be at a catch weight too.
Yeah, it could be at a catch weight.
I think bro said that. Of course they don't got it up yet, but they will.
I don't know why. I don't know why Big Maul would want to catch weight when you talking about moving up to 68 fighting Plant.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what I was gonna say, Shelton. His last fight was at 60 for Benavidez. Like he fought Danny Garcia at 54, right? He went up and fought this dude Sladen. Like his last fight that he had, just what was this? July? I think it was July. He fought in July 12th.
How'd he do in the fight?
Yeah, he TKO'd dude in 5 rounds. So he fought.
So dude must have been trying
fighting up there at that weight. So he got
that was his light touch. That was his introduction to the weight.
Yeah, so I think, and they kind of probably throwing Jamal a bone. It worked both ways, right? I mean, you got a guy that kind of been out of the mix. We all thought Jose was done with boxing, bro. I did. So it's like it worked both ways. A guy that been out super long, you don't know exactly where he at. So you put him in there with a guy that ain't fully, got his feet all the way settled at the weight class and see what happens.
Right. Because I thought he was.
To the Queen, Miss Joy.
I thought he was finished.
Queen? Appreciate you stopping through.
I thought he was finished. I thought he was finished when he got shot.
Yeah.
I mean, they put him in there with Bud, he exceeded expectations.
Plug, man, the legit plug. Trying to tell y'all tap in. If y'all ain't sub to his channel, go check him out. Right?
Yeah, LDub got
the liar, spent the narrative yet.
LDub got the sauce over there. He got the sauce over there.
All the information is right. All of it. He was on the creed set. Yeah, more than the boxing champs. So look, man. I mean, I think it's a lot of unknowns with both of them. And we just truly don't know where Charlo was at. The last time I seen him hitting pads in the gym, I didn't like exactly what I seen. But I understand that this a dude that ain't obviously been in the gym. And you can see that, you can see the weight up on him. So I'm like, you gotta get back to it.
But he's working with he's still with Ronnie, right?
Yes. I was just speaking to my bro, and I'm glad he out that way and he speaks personally to this dude. Because for a minute, you know, he did dip off with Roy Jones, but like I was thinking when I heard Charlo say it was more like mentoring, that's where my mind was at. Of course, you probably did.
That was more.
But
that was more for mentality's sake. That's mentality. Fucking with Roy.
Fighter to fighter to me. That's what I got out of that. Fighter to fighter type. You know what I mean? Situation. Kind of how he did with Jared Anderson. Talk to him, man. Just get some. You know what I mean? Get away for a minute. But I did hear him. Bro told me, he's still with Ronnie. So I hope he just stay locked in, man, because he's a damn good fighter at the top of his game. That's all I'm saying. And he them big fights evaded him too. His brother done did a lot, man. So if he get anywhere close to what he once was, bro, that's a good fighter, yo.
Yeah, if he close to what he once was, if he get close to what he once was, he's at 60 or 68.
Right.
If he
I'm just not a negative guy. I root for these dudes. Like, I get it. I ain't done a ton of stuff like wrong where you could be like, that's just a bad guy. Yeah, you got some issues. I think everybody do. And if your life was under a microscope, just think about what you uncover about people. So I look at it like that. He a human, bro. So I ain't saying feel sorry for him, but I am rooting for him to get all the way back mentally, physically where he belong and win, bro. I root for the dude. I mean, I root for him, especially after seeing how his bro went out. I hated to see that performance. And I'm itching to see a good Charlo performance at this point.
I like the Charlos, man. I've always liked the Charlos. I think they're good for the sport. T Hill, what up, Levy?
I like him. I like these dudes, man. So Jose just beat that. Charlo, it would not affect Benavidez against Andrade. Oh, how
Thomas,
will it affect?
What's your take?
I don't think it will, yo. I don't think it will. I think Benavidez really focused, bro. I think that young dude he always trying. That's why I like him. And I think he got the temperament, attitude to be great. It's just a matter of him getting the opportunities and taking advantage of them as they come. Like, this is a big opportunity for Benavidez. It could be make or break for him. And I ain't saying it's over if you lose, but this could disrupt things if you take an L and the wrong kind of L. PGA's big dog, what it do, homie?
This is Jose you talking about?
Huh?
You talking about Jose, right?
Yeah.
Jose always tries. He always tries. He always tries hard. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a high activity rate, and he takes punches that he shouldn't be taking. Like dropping his hands and trying to be a tough guy. He gotta get away from that shit.
What's good, bro? Hey, what's good? Thomas said, what's good, my bros? How y'all feeling?
What's good? What's good, man?
Yeah, and man, we just in here chopping up. We got another solid card coming up for the 25th. I feel like it's solid. I like it. I ain't mad at it. See, I'm itching to see Charlo get back to Charlo, man. Sorry, I need to see some lines only activity.
I mean,
the
line pack been cubbed out, but on the cool though, right? Like when the fight got announced, right? We all wanted,
my bro.
We all wanted him to win, bro. We all wanted him to win, right?
We sure did.
Nobody thought he would, though. Nobody thought he would.
But we talked about it here. It's a reason why Canelo took the fight now, right? It ain't like they ain't never been lined up before. It ain't like they weren't lined up to fight at 154 and 160, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't like there weren't possibilities for either one of them or Andrade, right? So you got to think, why in the fuck did he take the fight now more than any other time? It's because he had the up. He had the up. Y'all got to look at it. When he went up 14 pounds and fought, he fought a motherfucker that was long in the tooth, had some losses, and had just come off a long fight and gave him a short count. You feel what I'm saying? He gave himself as many advantages as he could with that extra weight on to get a dub. Charlo wasn't in that situation. He was not in that situation, and that's why Canelo took up. He knew that 14 pounds and taking them punches at that weight was going to be a different adjustment for him, and one that he wasn't going to be able to adjust to with him. Shit. So,
well, we said that when he fought Bivol. We said that when he fought Bivol. You fighting the real dude now. You're not fighting the dude that's drunk, 36, just came out of a war with another motherfucker, had 5 weeks to train, and needed the money. You're not fighting that dude this time. You're fighting Bivol, who's a long reigning undefeated champion, and he's too big for you. He's gonna beat your ass up. That's what we said.
And I got to give some cats credit. You know what I'm saying? It was some OGs out there. Coach was one of them, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? They said that Bivol was gonna put them hands on it. And again, I thought it was just a nice little cherry pick. I had seen Bivol before, but I didn't know if he had them capabilities. But again, it was a man who was comfortable at his weight. It wasn't something that Canelo was picking off. You did what I'm saying? So I think that needs, when we discuss it, right, we discuss it from the fans' point of view, and of course, many of us being ethnic, whether it's black or you know what I'm saying, some type of different ethnicity other than European, we definitely wanted to see him go in there and handle up and whoop his ass. No matter what the odds are, we feel like we supposed to come out on top. But it's a reason that man took the fight like he did. And I say this, at 168 pounds, none of the other flunkies that he fought made the bell. And I think that Charlo made a conscious decision in that motherfucker to survive and make the bell. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless as of what we want to hear or what we want as fans, right? Some motherfuckers figure out how to get a W within the L. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's what he did, bro.
And that's what he did.
That's what the man said after the fight. That's what he said after the fight. He said he's a great fighter, and he made a decision to survive. And once he made that decision to survive, he just wasn't trying to get knocked out because he felt the power. He said, "Okay, I can't punch with this dude. Let me stay away from this cat, and I'm not gonna get knocked out." That's what he said.
Wow. Salute to the plug, man. Dub at it again. Said Charlo was ordered to fight his long time IBF mandatory. Bakram today. Charlo might get stripped again. The fight has no money unless Charlo wants to tune up. Good point. And it's an interesting point being that he just said the hell with legacy. He want money fights.
Fact.
So I wonder how that's going to impact his next fight. Because I know he went from saying he wouldn't fight TSZYU to saying like he definitely going back to 54. And he said that's who on the table. He all on it. So I think that's a more realistic fight than we think. And after seeing the way he looked, man, that's a more even fight than I anticipated before, man.
TSZYU, and you got a peak game too.
Hungry, man.
He been undisputed too, fam. He been undisputed for a minute, fam, right? And he been paying right. He been paying them 12. He been paying that 12% to them hoes. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't trip if they did order me to fight that dude. They can have that motherfucking belt. You feel what I'm saying?
What other fight is there for him? 817. What other fight is there for Jamel? He got to fight TSZYU. TSZYU got your belt.
Facts.
You got to fight him.
You gotta fight it. But see, here's the deal though. You done fucked yourself up, right? Because you done gained all this weight going to chase Canelo in that bag. Yeah. And now they done ordered you to do this shit. Of course, you're going to drop your belt. You really need a long layoff. You need not a long layoff, but you need a decent layoff to get acclimated back to that shit. And you do need a tune-up before you go fight somebody like that.
Or he going Roy Jones himself.
Right, exactly.
I think so. Stop. And that's the part that made me the most mad. I didn't see that. I didn't anticipate a one-sided ass whooping like that. And I damn sure didn't think he was gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on back to 54. What?
Listen, that fight was gonna end if both of them fought. If both of them fought to their capabilities, that fight was gonna end in a knockout, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Charlo was trying to press it earlier or whatever, and then he was getting rocked. He got hit, got dropped, and realized.
The body shot and maybe that temple shot really came. There was something before that.
But he felt that shit early. He felt that shit early.
I told you when the fight got signed, bro. If you can't hurt that dude, because I ain't seen that dude wobble since 2010. If you can't hurt that dude, he gonna walk through you.
And I don't even want to go left with him,
and make him think. See, Bivol was able to pop him with some shit and make him stop and back up.
What do y'all make of
reset him?
What do y'all make of undercard boxing? What's good, my bro? How you feeling? What y'all make of people saying is a new Canelo?
No, it's the same Canelo.
That don't kind of piss y'all off a little bit.
It's the same Canelo.
In between rounds, all of a sudden he ain't fighting.
It's the same Canelo. If you can't hurt him,
tired of this, yo. I am. I'm sorry.
It's the same Canelo. If you can't hurt him, he gonna walk through you. That's what he been doing.
We just seen several fights. Well, I guess you know what? I'll attribute his lack of not fighting in spurts to he ain't had the right guy to push him back to even put him in a situation where he would be gassed. Because what he did was he set a pace and he was allowed to maintain that pace throughout the whole fight.
Well, think about why he was allowed to set that pace and maintain that pace, right? You don't have a natural 168 pounder out there, right? So the jab that we talked about, Charlo being able to pump and being able to move, now he has an extra 14 pounds plus on him trying to move or whatnot and fight at that pace in the biggest fight of his life. You feel what I'm saying? Again, he did take the dive. I feel you, Ben. He took the dive, right? He signed the contract. It is what it is. But again, we're talking about the things surrounding it. Why did it happen now amongst any other time? Canelo had undisputed on the line at the weights that he was at. You feel what I'm saying? So again, we're not talking about the results of the fight. I mean, we are in some ways, but we're talking about exactly what happened. But what I'm saying is what's surrounding the fight. What allowed this dude to finally sign and fight Charlo? You feel what I'm saying?
Let me tell you. 17-month layoff, coming off a hand injury. I've been active. It's an easy fight for me. He doesn't belong at this weight. He's not big. He's not strong enough. He can't fight. I said it earlier. Being at 168 and fighting at 168. It's two different things. Two different things.
And that's why I say
the weight on. That's cool.
But that's why
can you carry the weight? Are you gonna be stronger at the weight? Canelo made his calculations. He said, I can beat this dude. This dude ain't gonna be the same. Let me go on and fight him now, especially coming off a layoff and a hand injury.
And was he chiseled? Did you see Jamel being his chiseled self?
No. That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Appreciate that. No. And I didn't like the way his body looked. And I didn't like the thought that he felt like he should have gained even more weight. Why? To do what? Absorb punch? Nah, bro. No amount of weight was going to allow you to, absorb those punches the way you needed to be comfortable, bro. It was not, no amount of weight was going to do that. Proper weight acclimation probably would have did it. Maybe. That's the only chance you had. But to jump 14 pounds and then you going right to the killer, no weight acclimation straight to him, bro, that's what you get. I ain't saying that's what you get. Like, I'm glad, but that's the kind of result.
That's the result you're going to get. And then you also have to think just too, right?
Right.
Pay attention to the example that you have before that dominated Canelo, right? That was a smaller guy. Who was that? That was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd did not attempt to blow himself up or come in anything different than what he would be comfortable with, right? And Canelo blew up with his little extra 15 to 20 pounds, and he still got that ass whooped. Charlo would have been well served coming in probably around 160 pounds, you know what I'm saying, or 161 pounds and just going with it. We've seen Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying, just be at his best when he was lighter. And again, when he put on a lot of weight, it took away some of his ability. So again, man, it was a reason why he took this fight. Now, you dig what I'm saying? I get the vitriol that he's getting because of his mouth. You know, sometimes your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, and that's exactly what the fuck we seen. But if you pay attention to the things surrounding it and why he took the fight, you should have expected the result that you got.
And you know what's going to be very telling? What his next fight is and how many fights he have after this bag that he made. It's going to be very telling.
And how the weight and how jumping up in weight and how trying to go back down and compete and how fast he goes back and does it, how it affects the rest of his career. I agree.
And don't be surprised.
I told y'all, you have to factor in that dude had never fought a day in his life above 154 pounds.
Nope.
That other dude been up there taking punches from 68 pounders to 75 pounders. 75 pounders. That's different.
It's different.
That shit is different.
He is not the same physical being that he was when a Mayweather or somebody fought him. Not even a Golovkin for the first time. That's not the same dude. That is not the same guy. He is not the 60 pounder. That it would have been different if it was a different weight. If that was Canelo at 60, maybe it's a different fight if you just had to move up one. But the guy that, you know, competed as high as 175, that's the dude you decide to get.
And I get Undercard saying that, hey man, with that $110 million investment, they're not gonna let him lose the first fight. But you also have to think about this, Undercard. If something miraculous happened, right? If Charlo was to forego all of those things that we talked about, all of those obstacles, right, and come out on top with the win over Canelo, that parlays the second fight into being a mega money fight. You feel what I'm saying? So again, either way, PBC was not going to lose. And you have to understand that Amazon and other companies like that, you know, while people talk about PBC, they recognize the product and the marketing, right? Because either way, you know what I'm saying? It was going to be a money maker, right? Okay. Now we saw it at its weakest with the outcome, right? It really would have benefited them if Charlo would have went in there and gave us what we all bitching about now, because they would have been able to parlay that second motherfucker into a mega motherfucking fight.
True indeed. And you're right. It was a win-win for the PBC. But I just hope, man, at the end of all of this, dudes will start really respecting them weight classes. And I hope this is enough for people to stop and respect the Crawford, but stop calling for that, man. And I think the only people truly want to see that, somebody want to see him lose. No way. Look, he's skill-wise, he'll be fine. But size-wise, you're not going to tell me 21 pounds ain't too much for him. I don't give a damn. You asking him to be Superman. And it's not going to be.
The thing is this, man. Here's the kicker with that fight. People want to see that fight because we all know with any great fighter, right? If you hang around long enough, you're going to get beat.
And check this out.
People keep forgetting that Bud is 36.
Yep.
He's 36. He's not 26.
Check this out.
If he hang around, the only thing that man ain't done in boxing yet is lose. And if you hang around long enough, that's coming.
This cat's at those men respective weights that they need to fight, should fight, and make sense to fight. You feel what I'm saying? These one-off fights are nothing but money grabs for either one of these cats having to jump 2 and 3 motherfucking weights. And they know that the fans will buy it. You feel me? And again, they will take money. Canelo just robbed the fuck out of everybody. Charlo got in.
He got 50 for that fight, y'all. 50.
And I'm trying to tell y'all again, if y'all push for that, listen, this ain't no hate or no shade. This ain't no hate or no shade. Because understand, even if Earl would have took it, right, and jumped up them 2 weights, he will be at a major disadvantage.
Right. Absolutely.
Major disadvantage, and it would make sense for him to do it.
When they was calling for it was right. I tell everybody, if you put Earl in the ring with that man, he gonna beat the shit out of Earl.
Now listen,
don't do that.
Us as fans, me as a fan, if the nigga signed it, I'd be behind him 110 fucking %. But I would know in my heart that he'd be up against it, jumping up all them weight classes. The fight dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just no cap. So real talk, bro. There are great fights at the weights or around the weights that those men are at right now that are viable to boxing. You can't tell me it ain't 2 to 3 fights at 168 pounds or 175 pounds that you can see Canelo in right now that are major fights that need to be fought. I'm gonna tell you 3 right off the top. Morrell and Benavidez at 68 or at 75 better BF. Fuck you mean?
Hey,
Bivol in a rematch.
Right.
That motherfucker ain't going nowhere near Beterbiev. You know that.
And again,
right. Or even Bivol in a rematch. Or even Bivol in a rematch. Go get Bivol in a rematch before you take another motherfucker from a lower weight.
He ain't going nowhere near that dude. He gonna leave them 2 Russians alone. He ain't fucking with them dudes.
Nope.
Now he may, if we can build Morrell up, he may give him a shot. The only legit motherfucker at 68 that got a shot at getting the fight is the winner of this Boo Benavidez fight. They got a shot. But Morrell,
at this
it's
point,
it's too big of a risk.
It's
too big of a risk to his legacy.
We're gonna fuck around and see him fight old boy. He gonna fight Bungie. Not Jaime. What's the other motherfucker? Top rank.
You talking about
Berlanga? No, that he'll never get a fight. He's trash.
Yeah,
he'll never get a fight.
Now, but they had mentioned it though.
That's exactly why he'll get the fight.
Yeah. I think at this point we gotta demand that he at least fight a 68-pounder next, bro. Like he robbed the bank enough times. He getting legit title defenses at 168 without fighting 68-pounders. If that don't make you mad as a boxing fan, I don't think you thinking about it like long enough. Just think about that. It's going in the books as legit 168 pounds. Undisputed title defenses, and these people are not 68 pounders. I have an issue with that. And you wonder why that's robbing the bank. I ain't paying for that again. Ain't no man, nah, hell no. I draw the line right there, bro. I think if Benavidez and Andre, I can't wait for this fight because I think the winner, whoever it is, need to get Benavidez next. I think if they don't, they wild. Al Booker, what's good, bro? Oh man, he said I think Benavidez would be his 3rd fight. You know what, Miss Joette? I wouldn't be mad if he isn't at all in the plans at this point. Just I take it how I could get it at this point. If it got to be the fight number 3, cool. But I do wonder who he fighting next, though. I do wonder that. I ain't gonna lie, cause he don't want to answer no questions. He Mr. Don't ask me nothing, and I ain't telling you who I'm fighting next. This my night, and I'm gonna enjoy it. He talking like that. His next 2 fight got to be a PBC fight. I mean, that's what he signed up for, right? Got to be PBC, but I wonder who in the mix. Yeah, that's right. So that takes the goofy. I don't want to call him that, but that takes him off. He said, it better not be a diamond. Yeah, Teach. I see them trying to plant the little seed. They better get up out of here with that. Nope, because that'd be the same exact thing. And he already talking stupid, so you can guarantee that fight is not going to end well. He's talking about nobody can stand up to his punch. You compare Canelo in a sense to Juan Montiel. Are you out of your mind, dude? Are you out of your mind? I would like to see you go toe-to-toe with Canelo and see how that works out for you. I guarantee you don't make it to the 12th round.
I can see him trying to sell it though, Just. I can see him trying to sell it. You know what I'm saying? I get the fact that Benavidez Berlanga is on the other side, so it wouldn't be a possibility. But I'm just saying it's gonna be somebody. I would feel like it'd be somebody like that. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Maybe they parlay a Caleb Plant rematch because they know Canelo got the ups in that. I mean, Caleb Plant did box the shit out of him for 6 rounds, but they know he a 6 to 8 round fighter. You feel what I'm saying? Especially with somebody like Canelo. We've seen that before. So I can see them parlaying that and then allowing Benavidez and Andrade to get their scratch off and whoever wins out of that. But I don't see him getting the winner out of Andrade and Benavidez next, or the lose out of that and then taking the winner out of that, or no shit like that. It'll be a filler fight in between, I feel like. I don't know. That's just me.
Right. Nah, I mean, I'm with you. We got to demand that he fight the right people at this point. Because just the thought, I don't know what he got, right? I never know what he got exactly, but the thought that he could have possibly got $50 million to fight a junior middleweight at 168 pounds is wild. I know I get it. He signed it. Look, we was behind him 100%. That's because that's how we rock. But
he signed that shit. He signed that shit fast,
I don't want to see it no more now. Come on, we get people beat up, bro. We look how quick his reputation got flipped upside down. He took one fight and one loss. Next thing you know, we like, man, he a lying cub. I'm seeing videos that James only got one line in the camp. I'm like, damn, they go crazy.
Right,
all because he jumped up.
Canelo tying that bitch with a taco in one hand and a pen in the other. Real shit.
Keyshawn against the right person. I don't know, man. I say this, and I'll never mind what I think about Keyshawn Davis as a young prospect, right? The people that work with him, and I'm talking about fighters, trainers, coaches, got to start listening. Man, I got to get that coach on here one day to talk to him, man, because I know it's better to hear it from somebody that's working with these guys instead of what I think, right? And I'm telling you, the stuff that I'm hearing, man, is very positive. I'll say that. And it's to me, it's just a matter. I say this all the time, of staying focused. He got to prove it. But I think when that time comes, we'll see what he worth. You know what I mean? I know he looking like the top ranked product right now, but we gonna see. I like the skill set. I don't care that he talk, because I feel like everybody can't be Frank Martin. Get what I'm saying? And I appreciate his approach. He quiet. He just get to it. You can't hate that, right? But I ain't mad at the young dudes talking his trash a little bit. When I watch the fights, I'm looking for, improvements. I'm looking for dominant performances. I'm looking for him to separate himself from whatever level of talent he's in the ring with. And that's what I'm seeing so far. So I don't think I'm overstating it. He's handling business every fight so far. So that's all I could. And then when you hear with these other guys, like you just seen, bro, from Behind the Hands TV, come in here and tell y'all, Troy Isley, I forget he said Troy Isley and somebody else. You got to look at weight class Troy Isley at. And Quentin Randall, that's what he said. They tell you some of the best work they got is from Keyshawn Davis, man. I think that's volumes, man. So just listen to me, listen to the people.
Who is Keyshawn fighting on this card?
You say what?
Who is Keyshawn fighting on this card that's coming up?
He fighting on October this weekend, I believe.
He's fighting this weekend, yeah. Who's he fighting?
Nair Albright. KO, what's good, bro?
Jamal. Nair Albright? Yeah, I heard of him before. Yeah, he should beat that dude.
I think he will, because he beat that guy. He's on his way up. Dude is solid though. I mean,
dude is solid, but he's never gonna be more than what he is.
It's a young black fighter that he's fighting too, so people could say that he ain't fighting. You get what I'm saying? They don't fight young black fighters. I've seen dude fight.
He's just probably never gonna be more than what he is right now, but he's solid.
Hunter was good with it, bro. He said Jamal, then the winner between Andre Benavidez is the play. That's what KO said. P. Hunter was good. He said, my conspiracy, they're going to push Jamal versus Canelo the entire
Jamal got to get past Benavidez first. I got to see him.
He might be right, bro. Might be right.
I got to see Jamal beat Benavidez first. I got to see him do that first. I can't put no stock in Jamal. I ain't seen Jamal in 3 motherfucking years, so I can't say what the fuck Jamal is right now.
Sean got to show me. Every fighter, to me, I think that's fair when you say that, but again, that's not the end all be all. What do you see with what you're seeing right now? What's there? What is it that he's not doing in there that considered not a quality prospect? That's all I can say. It's quality. I'm seeing quality wins right now as a young fighter. That's what you want to see. And what I'm saying is he don't get in these fights and just struggle and be having these moments where you like, damn, he getting in there and he beating people ass, bro. It's one-sided outclassings, and that's what I like. And sometimes he gonna get you out of there. He might drop you. You might make it to the final bell, but he's gonna beat you up. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying a guy that's working on going to the body as well as mixing it up to the head, because I seen that was one of his things in the fight, being like a headhunter. I seen him mix it up a lot more. I see him thinking in there and figuring stuff out. I'm really being like honest about what I'm saying. People are being personal when they view him. I'm not doing that. I'm looking at what I'm looking at, and I'm like, all right, you keep going. Notice what I'm saying. He keep improving. He gonna be right there with the rest of them, bro. He a good fighter, bro. That's all I can say. Alden was good, my bro. Bo Mac got to, and then you got to think, man, you get smoked from Crawford, some teachings from Bo Mac. Like, then the sensei tell y'all he working with the right people. He's in the right hands, I think. And again, I guarantee you, if you ask him, that's where he draw his confidence from. This is why he talked the way he do. He know the kind of work he putting in, and so far you haven't proven him that he's not doing that. Watch when he get in here this weekend, man. I know this dude is a solid fighter too. Nair Albright, salute to him. I'm glad he getting an opportunity against, a win could do some things for his career. So I know he ain't coming to lay down, but watch how Keyshawn go in here and handle his business, and you tell me if he could fight. And that's how confident I am. I'm saying it before the fight. If not, he shows so he lay an egg, I'll be right here. Right, I'll probably be live during the fight. So we're gonna see. But right now, Skills, what's good, my bro? Mr. New Orleans in the flesh, 7 grams. What's good, family? Said Andre better box his ass off against Benavidez because if he thinks twice on staying in the pocket, it went early. He needs to do what Charlo did. Fight, not move, and do nothing with it. Yeah, the thing is, salute to you, 7 grams. Peace, Brody. How you feeling? The thing is, what Andre is conditioning for me in this fight, and how well is he finally acclimated to 68. Now, I've seen some footage of him and stuff like that, right? And he looks solid, bro. Looks is one thing, but I'm just saying, filling out. He looked like he more prepared, to fight at 68 now. This would be his second fight there, so I'm expecting a sharper guy because he has to. The question
is Benavidez overlooking him? That's the question. Because if Benavidez is looking past Boo Boo, he fucking around his ass.
Right, you don't overlook him, man. I just think he's a top fighter, and I get it. The resume is not impressive, but I think you got to just look at the talent that is Boo Boo Andre. He don't lose a lot of rounds.
But you just say, hold on. What you just said, you said the resume is not impressive, right?
Right.
Have we not heard that before?
I'm not, but that's what I'm on that side with the show, and that's not for the story.
I've been trying to tell you.
That resume talk is overblown to me, bro.
Yeah, I be trying to tell people all the time that you ain't never seen a resume climb through the ropes and win a fight. Never seen resumes don't climb through the ropes.
I like that.
It doesn't matter who you fought.
You never seen a resume climb through the ropes.
Last month, last year,
man,
2 years ago, 6 weeks ago, none of that shit matters. What matters is if you can beat the motherfucker who's across the ring from you tonight.
Right. That's funny. That is funny though, but that is a fact though. But again, I think resumes can tell a bit of a story, but I think what we learned after the fight that we just seen was it's not the end all be all, and don't put too much stock in it. Yeah, you can find some answers there in resumes, but I think what people disregarded is that the guy on the other side, again, you ignored it. I know the timing in which he fought some of the same opponents, but you still got to look at how he performed against them, right? That's just not, all right, the level. All right, well, look how he's knocking people out. Am I right? So I think people just underestimated it because they felt like the timing was the biggest factor. And if it wasn't for the timing, these would have been different fights. See, me, I was able to take emotion out of it. Understand that even if you would have fought these dudes, like even if Sean Porter was Showtime Sean Porter to me on that night, he still loses. The only difference that I've ever made is that he probably doesn't get knocked out.
There's never been a version
of 12 rounds
of Sean Porter.
He still
There's never been a version of Sean Porter that beats this dude.
Never. I don't think so. And I think, look, Joe, the only difference I think is he potentially could have made it 12 rounds. That's it. That's all I'm going to give him. If he would have fought, who else? I mean, who else you want to throw in there? Who else that they?
There's never been a version of Kell Brook that could have beat him. There's never been a version of Danny or any of those guys that could beat this guy because this guy got too many tools in the bag.
When I started getting concerned about people's assessment of the matchup, for me, just like revisiting that for a second, is when people started almost pretty much saying that they felt like if he fought Ugas would beat him. And I'm like, y'all not serious, right? Like certain people was like, I'm telling you, that's why he ain't gonna fight him. I heard this stuff. I'm not making this up. I heard it too. He didn't want to fight him. Beat him in the amateur. I'm like, bro, he'd whoop his ass in the pros, bro. He'd beat the absolute hell out of your Danish.
Yeah, what was my answer, Just when they tell me that? He beat him in the amateurs. You talking about 17 years ago, bro? That's what you're talking about?
Right.
When they was kids? That's what you're talking about? You hanging your hat.
Yeah, man, that was the sledgehammer show. I like that one, though, man.
So you hanging your hat on 17 years ago when they was both teenagers. That's what you're trying to tell me?
Resumes do not win the fights, bro. Andre gonna get hit too. Nah, he definitely gonna get hit for sure. But what I'll say is this: don't be surprised if he's able to handle himself, because thus far throughout his career, he has a very good consistency in terms of defense and not getting hit. Like he's not as bad as what people think. His biggest issue to me is acclimating to that weight and conditioning. He can't have those wobbly legs like I've seen in the past. And salute to KO because he's pointed it out to me. And I've been thinking about that ever since. That's the only concern is conditioning, like his legs. If you don't want to find yourself slowing down, where this dude is clearly picking it up because he sees you slowing down. And I can't stress that enough, because I guarantee you, if that happens, it's going to play out the way I said. And remember, y'all all in here, remember I said this early. I truly believe that's where it's most competitive. If Andre lets up off the gas because of, natural fatigue gonna settle in, right? But you can't gas. It's a difference, right? Yeah, you can the pace of the fight is gonna affect you, right? Both of y'all naturally, but gassing is a different level. If you're gassed, he's going to come on strong and it's gonna get very rough for you. You can make it out the fight. We've seen Caleb Plant do it. But
I was gonna say, ask Caleb what happens when you gas. Ask Caleb Plant what happens when you gas.
And I salute to Caleb Plant because he kept it real. He said, man, he caught me with a body shot in there. And he said he heard me make a sound. He came on after that. I say, man, salute to Caleb Plant, a real one, man. And that's what I told y'all. For a guy, if you got stamina issues, if that's the case, because that's what the book is on Andre. I feel like he's gonna slow down. That is the case.
With that body shot like in the
body shots is his worst enemy, bro.
I was at the fight. He hit with that body shot like the 6th round. You saw Benavidez point at him like, "Oh, I got you."
Mm-hmm.
I got you. And that was it. And
kept it real too. Yeah, Caleb Plant kept it real. He's like, man, I'm telling you, that dude really big to the body, bro. The body shots be your worst enemy when you tired. And just ask Caleb. And you see it.
And the thing that Benavidez got, bro, he got volume and he got a gas tank. That's what he does.
It went from him getting clinched to being mad that the ref wasn't breaking it up, to him being clinched and Caleb Plant not being strong enough to maintain the clinch. But David Benavidez saying, the hell with the ref, I'm just going to fight out of
the clinch. He fought his way out of it.
And he caught him with an elbow too. And I know it was unintentional, but I think that took something from Caleb too. That he cut him or something with the elbow. He caught him for sure.
He mauled Caleb. The second half of that fight, he just mauled Caleb. He mauled him.
Yeah, he mauled him. He mauled him and he outwilled him. And I'm telling you, that's a hell of a calling card to have, especially if you're going up against a guy that could potentially get tired. Now, you can say whatever you want.
As we saw, don't rely on that will shit. Don't rely on that
all the time.
Because that ain't enough.
Yeah. Because I've never seen like
a motherfucker. We just saw this a couple months ago. A motherfucker can beat the will out of you.
Oh, I'm a player.
You just got your head down, coming forward and trying to just will it. You got to have some skill with that. And Benavidez does have that. He got some speed. He got a little pop. You know what I'm saying? You got to have all that together. Because just will ain't enough. You just seen a motherfucker get the will beat out of him.
Right. True. You better go in there with a game plan for real.
Exactly.
This guy wants to be great. Yeah, and that's what I always said. That's why I say he's likable. You can't tell me Benavidez don't want to be great. At least that's what I feel like, in my opinion. I'm gonna give him that. I think he want to be that. And he doing it the right way, man. He had a couple hiccups. He been focused ever since, and I think it's paying off for him. So he got another chance to prove himself. If he could win this fight, it could be impressive. Boo Boo looking good in some of them shots. I hate the fact that it's lagging like that, y'all. It was the stamina issue when he fought all them dudes. That's what he said. He's Ghost. And to his credit, he said, man, even with the stamina, gas tank, he said, I'm 32-0 with that same gas tank. And you just as honest and straightforward as you could be. He's like, yeah, y'all keep saying that, but I ain't lost yet. So hey, how much of a problem? And that's why I say it's levels to it. Some people are able to win fights even though they're deficient in certain areas. And that just might be an area where, you might be some level of concern there, right? But it's important early. You got to set a type of pace and tempo where you can maintain it. If Benavidez sets that pace and tempo, that could be a problem for you because the dude really like to go for it. And he like an octopus in close. So Benavidez Andre got to control that range too, man. But he has the IQ and stuff like that, I believe, in the bag to do some things and make him think in there. I don't think it should not be easy. I'm expecting especially early. I definitely expect a competitive fight. I expected him to make Benavidez think in there a little bit, man, and figure some stuff out. We're gonna see what he's been working on.
You gotta remember this too, bro. With a cat like Andrade, you gotta show him how to lose because he don't know how. You gotta teach him how to lose. You gotta beat him. He's not gonna beat himself. You gotta beat him.
My bro Flossie said, "Man, Andre gonna have to fight a perfect fight." You think so? I don't think it has to be perfect, but I think it has to be. The word I'm looking for is consistent and disciplined.
Yeah, right? There you go.
Like,
there you go.
Get what I'm saying? He needs that. Like you can't fall off. Like you can't have those moments with him. You get this young dude an opportunity to ramp up his engine. Is what I'm saying. It can be trouble for you. So that's with anybody. But again, I
you gotta pop him early. You gotta pop him early and show him that you're gonna be here all night.
Right. Let him know this ain't his respect. I meant to say that. Sheldon, you did say that too. Get his respect, bro. Like you gotta
pop him early and let him know this ain't gonna be as sweet as you thought it was.
Yeah. You gotta put something on his mind, yo. Give him something to think about. Because the only thing you think about is closing the gap. Eventually he's gonna do it because you're gonna slow down because he's gonna continue to put the pressure, that mental pressure. You're gonna be fighting back. I already see how that can go. So
you gotta be able to hit him with something that's gonna make him think, back up, and reset. You gotta be able to hit him with something that's gonna make him think. If you can't make that motherfucker think, you just let him go on autopilot. He gonna run right.
Yeah, he said he's fighting Wilder. Nah, he ain't fighting Wilder. I don't think he is. You know, again, it's always the accumulation with Benavidez to me. And you've heard it from some of the guys that fought him. You say he got a heavy punch, but I've heard people compare different punching powers, bro. Like I've heard people say Caleb Plant could punch, and people will tell you straight up and down you can't, right? But I heard some people compare Benavidez, who he say? Benavidez, Plant, and it was somebody else. He compared all their punching power, and he was showing. I made a video out of it, and he showed a clip of how Plant had put him down. And I'm like, yeah, he sat him on his ass. I think it was Mama's Boy talking about it, that their punching power. I can't remember the third fighter he said, though. Boo Boo. Put pause on all your favorite fighters. Keep showing anyone in that class. I'm telling you, I ain't here to sleep on that guy. I just know condition wise, you know, his legs got to be intact. You know, that gas.
What is Boo Boo now? Is he 35?
I'm not worried about him.
Is he 35 or 36?
35, I believe. Never said.
Yeah, so that's gonna play a factor too. He ain't the same cat he was 5 years ago. Or 3 years ago. Different.
And that's the age, father time. That's my two concerns. Conditioning and father time. Like, and I'm not saying he don't have it, but I'm highlighting that because that can be an issue with fighting a guy that wants to push the pace and can be very successful doing so. You get what I'm saying? So that's the areas I'm looking at. Skill wise, I think he fine, bro. And I don't unless he just showed me that he fell completely off in the night, I'll be surprised if this fight is definitely not competitive early. It's gonna be an issue.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Plan on showing you all that. Stopping him. Hey, talk to him. Go tell him what he gonna do.
Ain't that Thanksgiving weekend, Just?
What you said?
That's Thanksgiving weekend, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Good Thanksgiving.
Good Thanksgiving. Real dropped him. He just smiled and got up and landed 5-punch combination. Yeah, hit dog. He be landing them video game combinations if you let him. Benavidez, they put the things together on you. That's why I say distance and range is important because if he get up in there, he gonna let them hands go. He got a heavy jab that can get you drunk, bust you up pretty good, and those body shots, those hooks to the body, he be digging, man. And he got a pretty solid uppercut too.
He's a decent.
He offensively put together, bro. He got some things that can hurt you in there.
I gotta take this call, bro. I'll holler at you.
I got you, bro. Andre is nice. Don't sleep on him. I want him. Right. Flossie, what's good, Brody?
Nah, I just want to get back to my point. That I be saying in my videos. People got to quit acting like because you're not picking a fighter that you calling them trash.
Yeah, it's like that.
Fight. It's a 50-50 fight, and I'm picking my side.
D and Bud should have signed with the PVC years ago. Yeah, K. Yeah. Brought that smoke. Can't wait to the all access. Yeah, Demetrius be landing 10 months combos too. That's true. He can put them together too. That's why I say this fight is intriguing, bro. This fight, I'm hoping for a real 50-50 affair, bro. Like I don't have a real dog in the race because even though I've been watching Benavidez, Andre longer, obviously, right? You know, David Benavidez is just a talented dude that he's a likable fighter. You get what I'm saying? He always, I think, accepting the challenge, he always stepped to the plate and, you know, he get it done, man. So I like the dude. So it's like the best man win type deal, but I'm rocking with both guys. I ain't even got no pick though. I ain't got no.
Facts, Ghost. I would say the same thing that I say about every big fight, and everybody talk about, oh, this fighter gonna do this fighter gonna do that. All I say about every fight is some shit gonna go wrong for somebody. Then what? For real, some shit gonna go wrong for both of them. Then what's gonna happen?
Right.
We don't really know. We just going by what we think gonna happen.
Yeah, for real, Andre. This gonna be fun to watch. I think, though, man. This should be interesting, man. I'm glad we getting this. Y'all don't even get it. As a boxing fan, this put a smile on my face. I get to see these dudes. I know it's a little later than what people expected, but hell with it, get to me. Andre ain't no damn senior citizen now. You get what I'm saying? I get it, young in boxing years, but at the same time, like Ghost said, you got to give him credit. I think he lived the fighter's lifestyle for that reason. I think that'll serve him well with potentially having longevity in his career, right? And I think that's, maybe we don't have to worry about him. I know he in there working. He damn sure in here working Jesse Hart. He damn sure put them pegs on Jesse Hart.
What you think about that small venue they got though?
That they fighting in?
Oh, they finally it used to be called Mandalay Bay, but they call it for the place Barrios of Thurman fought at the Michelob Vulture.
I like that hen dog. I think it'll be okay because I think the
ticket's gonna be high as hell. That's what they're gonna mean.
Yeah. Zoom verse, peace and blessings to my bro. Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. Salute to the OG, my brother. How you feeling? That's when you play the Jesse views. See Jesse say the same things. Yeah, not right. Now I'm telling you, I just think people don't take everything into account, man. These dudes gonna prepare properly for each other, I believe, and even win, lose, or draw, whichever way it go, I think we got us a good ass fight. That's all I want. You know what I mean? I could root. It's easy to root for. It's easy to root for Andre. His biggest battles came outside the ring. All he did in his career is win, despite who you put in front of him. You could say what you want. He ain't fighting this one or that one, but all he did was win. I rock with him. That dude is a winner. Same thing with Benavidez. You see him calling for the names. He's fighting Andre before Canelo. Let's put that in perspective. They've been at 54 together. 60 together. You get what I'm saying? He's fighting him first. So again, that's a guy that when I put that into perspective, I rock with him. So I don't really have a legit pick. I just know both guys could potentially win this fight. And I know the areas where Andre could lose it. And I feel like I know the areas where Benavidez could let it get away. But him being a younger guy, and you've seen the gas tank with the reserve. You've seen it. Like, I think, that age is going to benefit him. Not the youth, should I say?
I can't hold you. Am I the only one that think Andre got too much heart to stay on the back foot like Plant did? He don't give me that type of energy. I think he's gonna try.
You saying to stay on the back foot?
Yeah, like I think he's gonna try to outslook him from mid range. That's what I think Andre gonna try to do. He better at mid range than distance. Anyway, he can fight at distance, but like he get his shit off in the mid range.
Yeah, I get. That's interesting that you say that. I think, oddly enough, it might serve him best to try to, mix it up and not stay on the back.
You won't burn so much gas standing on the back foot all day.
But I can see him. Andre could be a little what you would call either awkward or unorthodox with some of those shots that he throw. And I know sometimes they don't look the prettiest, but they effective. And I've seen him do it in several fights where I know it's not a luck thing. It's something that you just don't. You get what I'm saying? It's one of them situations.
This a fight with two people that got two weird but different but effective styles.
Get what I'm saying? Facts. That's why this fight is fun, man. And I just hope that, he's still youthful enough at 35 to give us the kind of fight we're looking for and put on the kind of performance that he would need to really be competitive, if not outright successful. I just want to see a real good fight. I want this fight to live up. I feel like Caleb Plant and Benavidez was a good fight. It was a tale of two different halves. Like it was some intrigue in there. It wasn't all good for Benavidez. It wasn't all bad for him. You've seen areas where he can improve. And that's the thing. I'm telling you what I believe in him as a fighter. Because I believe Benavidez as a fighter goes back to the drawing board and tries to actually correct areas where he's not the strongest. I don't think he ignores it, oddly enough, like some people fighters do. I'm telling you, and don't try to get bad. I think wherever he is not the best at, he tries. And I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to get at least that effort from him. I'm telling you, he youthful, young, and he want to be better. He want to be better. So that's why I give him his credit at, man. So I think that's why this going to be a real entertaining fight. You got guys like this. A good question. I mean, who got the most to prove?
I think it's a little bit of both for different reasons.
Right. That's why I say it's a good thing. See, that's why we need this fight.
And don't be talking about how Benavidez be switching this shit too. Now it's ugly. It ain't as pretty as Andrade's, but he do it. He do it though.
But he can do it.
Oh no, man. We gonna see. I wish it was already on Amazon Prime. I got a feeling they get on Amazon Prime to
have worked on those feet. Good. Right. Can we have moving sides for the PBC giving us great fights? Yeah, PBC. They doing it, man. They doing it. Andrade is going to be right there in front of Benavidez. He's just going to box, use his defense. Great Benavidez power doesn't make him think twice on his fight plan. I think what Andrade is, he's versatile enough to mix it up. I don't think like he's to the point in his career where he's lost his mobility, and I think he's very capable of moving and presenting a moving target. Like I think the last thing you want to do with Benavidez for a guy that's gonna come forward. I ain't seen a fight where he hasn't. I haven't seen a fight where he hasn't. So if you're gonna stand there, you get what I'm saying, you almost doing the work for him. You get what I'm saying? That's half the battle. I ain't gotta go get you. Because again, people think his feet ain't the best, right? And that's cool, but you want to exploit that. And I don't think you can do that efficiently by just standing there or remaining just on the back foot alone. I think you're going to have to mix it up. Lateral movement, don't make it harder than it got to be. You got to box, bro. You know what boxing mean? Ring general shit, bro. You need that with Benavidez because, I think 9 times out of 10, just stylistically, standing there just in the pocket. Like I'm not saying you can't have success. I've seen people have some success fighting him in the pocket, but he's gonna outwill you more times than not. That's what I've seen. So I'm naturally I'm gonna think that like that's not the advantage for Andrade standing in the pocket with this guy that is a higher volume puncher. Now I think they both can put combinations together, but you know what Benavidez want to do, bro. It ain't no secret he won't work. So you just can't stand right there in his wheelhouse and you can't sit in the pocket. I think that'd be being greedy. You got to mix it up. You got to be a moving target. Sitting right in front of the dude, you don't have to work for him because, again, if you're feeling like his feet is an area of weakness, then you have to exploit that. And you just can't do that if you're not making him work for it. If he ain't got to work for it, he going to have a lot of gas to throw punches, bro. So if you're going to stand there in his wheelhouse, essentially for his radius, for him to get his shots off, man, you see them video punch combinations, bro, like to throw. Hey, Flossie, I show my bro, my boy, the Benavidez clip when he knocked out Porky Medina, when he hit him with that combination. Bro, I sent that to my man. He was like, yo, that's edited. I'm like, nah. He was like, nah. I'm like, yo, that he did that in a real fight, bro. He thought the combination he threw was edited. I'm like, nah, he really pieced off on bro like that. Mr. Empire, what it do, homie? How you feeling?
See, the thing Plant messed up with, he thought with all that moving around that David was just gonna try to throw those same combinations, knowing that he wasn't in position for it, and that ain't happen.
Right. Undercard. That's true. Lateral movement for the win. Not the back foot. Right. The back foot. And again, I see people saying Caleb Plant did it. Caleb Plant, I'm going to say this again. I'm vouching. I don't care about his losses and who he lost to. You just look at how he lost and who he lost to. He ain't lose to no suckers. Caleb Plant really could fight, y'all. I'm telling you. People better be thankful like that. He seems to slow down in the back end of fights, and he ain't got the biggest punch in there, right? Because that dude can really fight, yo. I'm telling you, if you ever just watch Caleb Plant really operate in there, the dude got a bag, yo. He got a tool bag, and he can really fight to me. So I think he earned them losses, right? Like them people had to earn them wins, should I say. Benavidez had to work for that. You know what I'm saying? That was clearly his toughest fight. Canelo Alvarez just a little bit different. Not his toughest fight, but it definitely was one of his more competitive fights. He took him to 11 rounds, and I think Caleb Plant made some mistakes late. Some couple technical errors, and Canelo, with the experience, he made an adjustment or two too. And the placement of the shot just couldn't be more perfect that he set Caleb Plant up with. And I think the natural fatigue settled in just enough for him to slow down and that shot to be exactly successful the way it was. And that was the beginning and the end. But other than that, he really pushed Canelo. And I don't give a damn what nobody say. That was a good fight. So that dude really can box, man. I'm telling you. But
I think he had it in the bag until you got stopped.
I'm telling you, I was like, yo, he doing it. Yo, he about to do it. And then he hit him. I said, oh, man. I said, oh, no, I seen my boy skipping. I said, he hurt. I said, he did that little skip. I said, oh, man, Canelo, my boy, helmet. Yo, he about to end him. Canelo get you like that is usually Curtis, man. I said, damn, he got him. Plant versus David Morrell on Boo-Boo undercard. On Boots undercard. Please boxing good. God out, hey man.
That's for real.
Morrell is a dog, man.
I wouldn't take that bet about playing.
Follow up. He has some bad habits. He doesn't know how to fight in the clinch. Yeah, he got some habits for sure, but I think he's just a hell of an athlete and he's smart in there, man. He's smart. He definitely do some things, but dude really, I think, is impressive. I just don't. Again, he's of the top. He's an elite fighter to me. I don't give a damn what nobody say. His losses against top people, top dogs to me. You got the top young guy in Benavidez that's been a mandatory for years, and he lost to Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? And of course, yeah, he didn't. He got knocked out, but he fought. Nobody could have been disappointed in his performance after seeing the way he fought. That would be unfair. Like nobody could say he laid down, he didn't try, he shelled up, he wasn't scared. That's why I say, man, when people said, he shouldn't have, he was asking for acceptance when he asked Canelo, like, I'm better than you thought or whatever. I'm like, bro, I didn't see it that way because he wasn't fighting like a guy that was in there to survive. He was fighting, man. He had Canelo thinking in there. Canelo had to figure some stuff out, and had it not been for that dude's, I think, high level of experience, man, and high level fights, I think we might have a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? We could have had a different outcome. Canelo is very smart. I think his IQ is underrated. Get what I'm saying? He's what he's lacking physically doesn't mean he's lacking that, the same from an IQ standpoint. I think the dude is very smart. Darryl, what's good with it, bro? Man, you always on time, family. Salute to you, bro. And what's good, family? How you feeling, bro?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Right.
Yeah, that mid-range, man. I think that's where the fight is gonna be won or lost. And
right.
I just hope my guy Benavidez got his feet together, or it could be potentially a long night for him, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Because I've seen some things, man, with Boo-Boo. Boo-Boo is man, that guy is exceptional in the mid-range.
Yeah. Gonna make it interesting, man. These styles gonna make this fight fun, bro. I really do. And I think Benavidez is going to accept the challenge that's in front of him, which is gonna make this fun. You know what I mean? Okay. You're gonna have some stuff to figure out, I believe.
I would say here, he ain't crazy. He knows exactly what he getting himself into, just like
like he know it's going. I think
he know what kind of fighter he fighting.
Right. He ain't overlooking, and I think that makes it cool, right? So I think he gonna go for it, man, and we're gonna see a good one. But Benavidez, man, that engine, man, that engine. If he get to push the pace, it gets sticky in there. But I think Andre could move well enough, early enough to make it the kind of fight, competitive early and keep it close.
Whoever control the pace for the longest probably gonna win, though.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want Andre fighting at a fast paced fight. Not if he ain't got to. Not saying that he can't, but why would you do that when you better at your pace than he is at your pace, basically?
Right, Charlo. I rock with Caleb heavy, man. I like that dude, bro. He a real dude to me. I like him. He can fight.
Hey,
I hear where you're coming from, Floss, but I also feel as though like Boo Boo is actually pretty good at fast pace too. You know, I was watching him and what's my guy's name? Keith Thurman in the amateurs. That shit was the pace was vacillating. It was back and forth, back and forth. It was fast paced.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When them niggas was in the amateurs, I was like 8 years old. That ain't the same Boo Boo. All I'm saying, I ain't saying that he can't.
No, I'm talking
do
about.
it, like,
I'm talking about stylistically. I'm talking about stylistically.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about.
I ain't saying that he can't do it.
The tools.
I ain't saying that he can't do it. It's like the same thing you say with Floyd, right? Not Floyd, but like if this fighter is great fighting this way, but you great at fighting this way and that way, why would you fight in the style that benefits your opponent when you could just fight him this way, knowing he can't fuck with you doing it? Like why would you even put yourself in that position? I wouldn't even put myself in that position. I'm slow the fight down and make David figure it out. That's what I do.
But I think that's what he will do, or at least attempt to do that, right? I think he understands that as well. Like you gotta know where you at. I see Boo Boo as a cerebral, a thinker in there, right? A chess player. You know what I mean? You don't gotta like the style, but that make no mistake, he be in there playing chess, man. So he gonna make Benavidez think early for sure. I think he gonna put some stuff. He gonna put him to the test early for sure.
It's gonna be the feet that's gonna do it, bro. It's gonna be the feet. It's gonna be the feet that does it. It's gonna be the feet that does it. There's a couple of things that I noticed, especially in that fight with Dennis Douglas, because that's the only southpaw that Benavidez faced was Dennis Douglas. And Dennis Douglas did a great job of taking his jab away because Benavidez got a pretty solid jab.
Hell yeah.
He ain't Larry Holmes, but that jab is pretty solid.
Gotta limit him.
He was able to mitigate it, man. And then what happened was Benavidez started leading with that right hand. Being in a position where you fight and you lead him with that right hand, that's not the position you want to be in with Boo Boo. Boo Boo, he is exceptional at countering that right hand because he's seen so many orthodox fighters. In 32 fights, I want to say like 30, I want to say 27 or 28 of them were orthodox. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. Right. Great and Boo Boo can switch too. That's the other thing too. He can actually switch. Man,
I only seen him switch maybe a handful of times. You don't do that shit on the regular. That's like Andre Ward switching. We know he can do it, but how often do he really do it?
Well,
I don't think he's gonna have to. I don't think that he's gonna see him doing it in this fight.
Nope.
No, I don't see him doing. I don't see him doing it in this fight. Not because he can't, but again, with Benavidez only facing one southpaw, like you said before, Flossie, is why take away that one advantage that you do have?
Shit, how many southpaws Andrade don't face?
Salute to my boy Undercard Boxing, man, for just man, you already know Undercard.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
It's just hard. It's just hard to base on what he did against the southpaw like 7 years ago. What's gonna happen now? That was like 7 years ago.
Yes and no. He'll better fighter than lead hands line up though. And Boo Boo is one of the better defensive fighters in all of boxing. If you know how to defend a jab, you know how to defend a jab. It kind of don't really matter who you fighting against to some degree, unless a guy is just like that fast. But again, it's like a guy with that type of experience, he knows how to defend a jab. And then if he knows how to defend your jab, he's going to make you throw something else. And 9 times out of 10 against the southpaw is going to be what they call the southpaw killer, the straight right hand. So if he doesn't have to worry about one particular weapon, I know 9 times out of 10 he's going to either lead with one of two things. It's either going to be the straight right hand or it's going to be lead left hook more often than not. So that kind of cuts the guy in half, so to speak. Now I got one less thing to worry about. We just saw what happened with my guy Errol Spence fighting against Bud. When Bud was defending that jab, now it's like, okay, I know everything else is coming off of that.
Technical
so you
fight.
Basically, again, you kind of playing the game of like deductive reasoning, so to speak. Where like I'm taking this one thing away, now you got to lead with this. It makes it a lot easier for me to defend, and then making it easier for me to defend makes it easier for me to counter. And then you combine that with the disparity in skill in regards to footwork. I feel like that kind of exacerbates.
Right. Breaking it down. The last compound, man. I'm telling you, that's why we gonna get us.
Yeah. For me, I don't think it's as 50-50 fight as people make it out to be, because I'm gonna say this: all that awkwardness with a guy like Andrade, and the fact that he's a left-hander, to me means nothing. When if he throws his punches and it doesn't deter a guy like Benavidez walking forward, that's, for me, the awkward means that awkwardness doesn't mean shit when your power doesn't affect a guy like Benavidez from walking you down and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. If that in fact ends up being the case, and again, that's what we stated a little earlier too. It's going to be important for him to gain the respect of Benavidez, especially in my opinion, early, because the earlier you gain his respect, the better. The faster you put something on his mind, I think the better chance you have at potentially controlling what would be the tempo of the fight. You get what I'm saying?
Look at what happened with Caleb. Like,
if you ain't got nothing to worry about, then you're going to have to box exceptionally well, I believe, from the outside. But again, like Ann said, Boo Boo do got more of he got a mid-range game as well. So I think it's just important for him to give Benavidez different looks, man. You want to keep the young man all balanced and keep him thinking when it's all said and done. And if you're being honest, you got Boo Boo, he got the skill set to do it. It's just how consistent can he be doing it and how effective, right? That's
and don't forget.
Let me counter this real quick though, and I'm sorry. Let me just counter that real quick. What you just said about the awkward.
Smith was good. Andrew Gray was good.
Boo Boo is not just awkward. Awkward to me is a guy like Emmanuel Burton, or like Maidana or somebody like that. I don't necessarily feel as though Boo Boo is just like this awkward guy. I think that with him, it's just a combination. It's a combination of angles and his ability to change levels. Like when you see him throw that Danny Garcia-esque no-look left hook, it's not just a sloppy punch that he's just throwing out of the blue.
Right.
Because he sets it up consistently, where he'll go to the body and he'll change levels, and while he's low, he's throwing high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just him just being awkward. It's like there's a real method to what he's doing, because he does it all the time. It's not just...
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Dipping low and throwing high, it get you fucked up.
Well, when a guy like Benavidez is throwing at you, you can't be constantly changing levels like that.
All I'm saying is I can see it both ways. We just gonna have to see the fight and realize, all right, what ain't gonna work for who? Cause some not gonna work for Boo Boo, and some not gonna work for Benavidez either. But we just gotta figure out what the hell that's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. We're just breaking down, I guess, the possibilities. Like if things are going right for Boo Boo, those are areas where you're gonna see him be successful at.
I'm telling you, I think it's gonna get fought in the mid range. Though I don't think it's gonna be fought on the outside.
This is an honest question for you guys. What happens if, joking around in the chat, I've said this multiple times, that Benavidez to get dog walk Andrade because of his lack of power and stuff like that. What happens if that actually happens? Does that mean Andrade's past it?
Depending on how he look. I always wonder why when people talk about he gonna drop David. I was saying what happens if he hit him with his best shit and can't hurt him? Then what?
David or
I'm saying Andre, because like if you can't get that man to respect your power, it's a wrap. People just assuming that Andre gonna make him respect the power.
Mm-hmm.
And with Andrade,
my count to that would be this though, Floss. I think the thing with Boo Boo is Boo Boo, it's not just a matter of him just blasting guys out of there. Oftentimes, the reason why he's hurting guys is because he's catching them out of position. Like he's the type of guy, like you lead with that right hand, he will literally not just slip it, but step around you, then fire the punch.
Hey, I don't watch the light to tell you. I'm saying, like, what if he does that, but it really don't phase David at all?
I think it will end up catching up to him at some point, because my guy got dropped by a short little left hand by Ronald Reville when he was just walking straight in. And it's because of his feet. That's the issue that kind of like
and for me, I'm gonna say this.
Feet, man.
I'm gonna say this with like David specifically. Like people,
and he still has the same issues with his feet.
He
still does the same things with his feet.
It only happened one time. That's the only time he ever been dropped.
And Floss, I'm gonna use this I'm gonna use this as I'm not using a direct correlation for David, but people underestimate his David's punch placement is good. I mean, great, not elite. He can him and Navarrete have this underrated ability to hit you. They have the ability to time in between your shots and hit you when you don't expect it. Do you agree? Have you seen David and Navarrete do that where they time you in between your shots?
I wasn't even gonna get that technical because everybody gonna swear to God I'm lying.
What?
That boy David got really good punch placement. Andrade ain't the only one.
I don't think it's to the same extent. I think that he's got good. I think he's got good punch placement. I think he's got really good punch placement when he's on the offensive, but when it's transitioning from defense to offense, it's not the same. One thing I really do like about David, though, is David is extremely good at using his post. I think he's one of the better fighters at that, controlling the guy with the post, putting him in position where he wants to punch him. And again, once he starts letting those hands go, I think that's going to be key for him, because one thing about Boo Boo, if you look at the one time when he got dropped by Martirosyan threw a punch where Boo Boo was going to be. You can't punch where he is. You got to punch where he's going to be, because although he's a defensive guy, he's also very offensive off of his defense. 9 times out of 10, if he makes you miss, he's not going to admire his work. He's looking to counter right off the bat. So if you make him miss, if he makes you miss, you got to throw something else right behind it. Follow it up immediately. It can't be single shot. It's got to be immediate.
You want me to tell you another thing about David and Navarrete, right? The one thing about both of them, they throw a lot of punches, bunches of punches, but a lot of times they're not throwing from their hips or their core. They throwing their punches from their shoulders and from their arms. So when you throw a punch from your shoulders and the arm, you can throw them out faster and you can place the punches a lot better, because you just you're pinpointing and you're hitting like that. Now throwing a punch that has a meaningful effect to it, or you throwing a punch that has bad intentions behind it, they don't do it like that. So that's why they throw bunches and bunches of punches, but they get accumulation of damage, because if you keep hitting something like boom, 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 eventually, if you just keep hitting the crack will get wider. And if you notice, they accumulate the damage, but if they sit down on their shots, they're not as accurate as you think. That's why they throw a lot of them arm shots. And see, they both heavy-handed. So they both throwing them punches, and they throwing them at angles right there, but neither one of them is defensive responsibility. But if they sat down their punches, they wouldn't be as accurate right there. If you ever threw a punch, you can see that if you throw them just from the arms, you're a lot more accurate than when you sit back and you put your weight into it, or you sit down on your shots. It takes a real good person to be able to sit down and deliver one instead of throwing just from your arms, because they don't really have as much power behind them as you do when you sit down.
And I noticed with Boo Boo the past few fights, 2 or 3 fights lately, it seems like later in the fight, he tends to I'm not sure if you guys noticed this too, that his gas tank tends to be depleted the later in the fight. It starts getting depleted because for some reason, Boo Boo does a lot of unnecessary movement.
He start too fast.
Huh?
He start too fast for me.
Yeah, but I've also heard his dad implore him to get to boxing after he scores a knockdown. It's like, okay, we're up on the cards now, box smart. But I haven't necessarily seen him gas. Gassing and managing the pace are 2 different things to me. And for a guy that has a 59% KO ratio, that means that 41% of the time he's going the distance. So he's got quite a few fights going the distance, and none of them have I seen him look spent. To me, gas is the way that Anthony Yarde. When you see Anthony Yarde, especially in that Kovalev fight, that's gas. Where a guy hits you with a jab and
or
you just
Caleb Plant
exhaustion.
Or Caleb Plant against Benavidez and Charlo.
I wouldn't say gas, but it's his pace slows down significantly in the middle.
So he paces himself. It's not like Caleb, what you saw with Caleb against Benavidez and Canelo, where he basically loses. Would you say Caleb gasses out and basically?
I would say Caleb because I've seen that happen with him in multiple fights. Like also that fight against Truax and what's the other guy? Uzkateki. It just didn't look as bad because he didn't take that type of punishment when he slowed down. But
I don't know what's wrong with Caleb though, man. Caleb was training in Colorado and the mountains and everything, and still ran out.
When you start, y'all gotta realize when you carrying around a certain type of weight, that's going to deplete you anyway. Anthony Joshua, like they say, he's a hell of a workout monster, and he has his stamina up. But like Anthony Joshua say, I'm a 120 stone fighter. Like he can't go the distance, and you got Caleb Plant. He has muscles as well. Like when you have muscles,
he put on too much muscle.
That muscle weight, that muscle is going to deplete you no matter how much you get because muscle takes oxygen. It takes your blood and energy. And see, Boo Boo, he didn't look as good in his last fight. The last fight, the dude got dropped 4 times by Berlanga, and Boo Boo couldn't get that man up out of there. And we know Edward Berlanga, he been fighting trash cans his first 16 fights. And his last few fights, he struggled. So that really made me think about the competition that Boo Boo is really putting up. This guy that got rocked out and Boo Boo couldn't do nothing with it. And Boo Boo gets tired because that extra weight is weighing on Boo Boo as well. So see, that got to take into consideration. And then you're trying to avoid David and all these punches because David puts a lot of stress on a fighter because you're trying to move because he's throwing bunches and bunches and bunches of punching.
Right.
Is there a difference between ring IQ and ring generalship? Are they the same thing?
I think they kind of go one in the same, but boxing IQ is measured in different ways. People think that boxing IQ is somebody that boxes slick. You could be a pressure fighter and have IQ.
Big facts.
I don't know, like y'all might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I see it in fights with Benavidez, and it's not on Canelo level. I don't think it is, but it's like when you fight Benavidez, it's kind of like a mental pressure that come with it. Because imagine spending 12 rounds knowing that no matter what you do, he's gonna keep coming forward, he's gonna keep pressuring you. That shit weigh on your mind.
I'm gonna ask Miss Joette. I'm gonna ask about boots. If anybody got some real updates on boots.
I agree with that 1,000%, Floss. For me, here's how I'll put it.
Miss Joette.
Boxing IQ is the awareness. Ring generalship is how it's applied. That's the way I look at it. It's like just having the knowledge and how you apply that.
Would you say David has ring IQ but not ring generalship?
I think he's got both because in order to be able to post as well as he does, like put guys where you want to put them. Like if you watch him, he does like a lot of little crafty things with his lead hand in terms of like putting the guy where he wants to put him to get his shots off. It's not just him out there just winging shots. So he's like very good in that regard. You know what I mean? So I definitely do think he has ring generalship and what Blossy said before.
Yes,
you don't think that he's aware of his own presence like Canelo is? Canelo is very aware of his presence.
And you know what? That's what makes me mad. You know what? This is why I hate fans when they do this to a guy like David. They're comparing his ring IQ and ring generalship to a guy like a Shakur or a Devin,
right?
Guys who are purely slick boxers that don't. I'm not saying they don't have.
David's young too. David's still young too.
He's like 25, 26. He ain't even that old.
Yeah, he's a young man.
He ain't scratched his prime yet.
Wait, how old is David? Still in his early 20s?
Yeah,
like 25, he about 26.
He hit that 28. That 28 through 30. That's where all fighters hit that peak. That 28 through 33. He ain't got to that yet. He ain't got to that 28, the sweet spot.
His best weight class probably gonna be 175.
They said he looks like a cruiserweight.
I believe
David.
So. I believe so.
Man, he's still 26. Man,
he's gonna be strong at 75 and cruising.
This dude young, bro. David's still 26.
He's 26.
I think another thing too, and like here's another example that some people may not look at, right? Like
telling you, bro, David, I like David Benavidez, bro.
In the clinch,
young monster for real.
Getting yourself where you want to be in the ring,
now smash the like
putting
button.
yourself in an advantageous position. Like if I tie you up and I turn you so my back is towards the center, so I have more real estate to work with. Sometimes it's just little things like that too. Just like being aware of where you are in the ring.
And this is where what I don't get though. They use the ring IQ and ring generalship for the slick boxers, but you don't hear that about the come forward guys like a Benavidez or Canelo. Like, why is that?
People don't give them the benefit of the doubt. They're really like, you see how well Ant went into breaking down in detail what Benavidez is able to do. Everybody just simply put is not able to do that to that level, so they'll just overlook it altogether. If you think Canelo Alvarez got 60 plus fights and he ain't crafty, something wrong with you because his feet ain't fast. He don't have bad feet. You just don't have fast feet. It's a difference. He's smart.
Him and Canelo have cement shoes.
Benavidez, not the fastest feet, but he cover a lot of ground in there, and he's still not bad feet, in my opinion. So it's like it's easy to overlook, I guess, those little subtleties because of the things that stand out with him. And people all know his gas tank, his condition is crazy. The combination punching, body punching, like the offense. Like they don't see the subtleties in his game, and they just think he's a guy. When if you break it down, he do a lot more than just come straight forward.
No, they'd be expecting him to have filthy feet. Everything he's supposed to have feet like Roy Jones or some shit.
Mm-hmm. He said he had like what he say 3 more fights at 68 or something like that, and he would go up to
and I said this when I look at David, like he's his own fighter, but I see a little bit of a guy like he reminds me a little bit of a Kovalev kind of Sergey in terms of how he like in terms of his power, like his Kovalev to me, like as he got older, he became an accumulation puncher. I'm talking about the younger Kovalev, like because David has the ability to knock you out with one punch, but he chooses to wear you down. Like, do you agree with me? David has the ability to knock you out with one punch, but he rather wear you down throughout the fight.
I think he don't sit on his punches long enough for him to just load up on a punch.
He's not like Canelo.
I don't think he load up. He don't load up really for us to really know.
No, he don't.
Gonna knock him out.
He's a punches and bunches guy. But here's the other thing too, with power, right? We got to look at power on a spectrum. It's not either your Ernie Shavers or your Paulie Maldonado. Like power is on the spectrum. It's not just all or nothing like we like to make it seem as boxing fans.
I'm laughing when you brought up Paulie because me and Just were talking about how what fight did you say how they booked it for Paulie? What was the fight that you
talking about? Sean Porter.
They must have the what is it called? The promoter must have paid Paulie a lot of money to just go in there without caring.
Salute to Dante Hall Boxing Talk, my guy, man. Salute to Skywalker. Y'all go check out the new channel for the bro. So y'all smashed it. Right?
If David had even more educated feet, it would be a problem for even more people. He's already a problem.
Absolutely.
But if he had better feet, that's, in my opinion, that's the only thing that I see as a true flaw is his feet.
And I think I got reason to believe that he wants to get better there. I want to see if he tried to make any improvements in that department. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried because I really think dude want to be great. And I think a lot of times, as good as fighters are, I really do think people have a tendency to become complacent, especially when you win and have a tendency not to work on things that you're not that good at, and you sharpening your sword, but you get what I'm saying. You still leaving some stones unturned. With him, I kind of get this notion that I ain't saying he's gonna be the best with his feet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he improved a little bit. You know what I mean?
But with a guy like David, do you think it's that he doesn't care about what people think about his feet, and that's why he doesn't really improve it as much?
No, I got to disagree. I agree with what Just is saying, and the reason being, I just saw a video with him recently. I want to say it was on Fight Hype, and he was doing a workout where he had the resistance bands with his feet. So he's trying.
Right.
It's not a lack of effort. He's definitely trying to get his feet together.
Right. You just gotta look for the subtle improvements more so than don't look for no leaps and bounds. Don't look for him to smoothing them edges out overnight. Like that's just an area where he really needs some focus at. And I think it's gonna take some work for sure and some concentration. But like I said, I just got faith in him as a young fighter that just want to be great. I get that vibe from him. So just feeling that way, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say I got reason to believe that he is spending some time in that area trying to get better. Now, how much of it we'll see remains to be seen, but I'm definitely gonna be looking for it.
See, Tori, this is where I disagree with you. For me, him being an undisputed
salute to my guy Troy.
Undefeated 2-division champion in two separate divisions means nothing to me. Look at the competition he faced to get those titles and stuff like that.
Again, I think that the thing is for me, like that is you can say honestly, like the bigger names or the more marquee names have avoided his his path for one reason or another, but again, I think when you see how a fight between EJ and Bud played out, and I hate to bring that up, but just to make a point, resume is not everything, right? Just like the OG said before he hopped off, man, he never seen a resume climb between the ropes and win a fight. So I just don't think that all the answers are in the resume. I think you can get some answers from somebody's resume, but I think when you just look at Boo Boo, you look at a guy like Ghost was bringing up the defensive stats and how good this guy has been defensively throughout his career. And despite the level, whether you think it's of quality of not, of substance or not, he's beating these dudes in a fashion that obviously lets you know that there's something good about this guy. Like, whether you want to call it special or not, but he's a damn talented guy. So I think, it's unfortunate. The only thing unfortunate about this fight is the timing of it, right? The fact that he has to be 35 and people feel like he could be on the slide a little bit. But aside from that, he got all the talent to be successful in this fight.
Big facts. Big facts.
And this is an honest question for you guys. I understand you guys don't like comparing young fighters to other fighters, but when you, like, in terms of what David applies in the ring, like, is there like a couple or like 2 or 3 fighters you see in David in how the style he fights and stuff like that when you look at him?
I was watching what's name recently. I watched Sergio Martinez, Paul Williams, the first fight. I watched that fight again. Of course, everybody knows what happened in the rematch. That knockout was crazy.
But did you see Sergio get knocked out?
No, I'm talking about the second fight between Sergio Martinez and Paul Williams.
No, he got knocked out recently by a young kid, a young prospect.
He's like 48 years old or something.
Paul Williams,
he's old as hell. Damn near 50.
That was brutal.
But I think that he's got a little bit of that in him. I think he's got a little bit. He's got that tradition of like the big guys for the division that lets the hands go.
Right.
Yeah, but, no, I see why people say 50-50, but I don't see it as close to. Maybe I'm being nice to Boo Boo. I say 50-45.
I mean, even that though, that's not far off the mark, right?
No,
and I don't think you're being unreasonable if you feel that way, because you might have a few things that might be tipping, the scale in Davis' favor for you.
No, my mistake. Not 50-45.
55,
60-45. 60-45.
60-45. You going over 100?
Yeah, the math ain't math.
Yeah, 55-45 maybe.
Yeah, 55-45. My mistake.
I got you. Nah, but I get it. I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, there's just a few things I think that tip the scale in Benavidez' favor for you. Like I said, I don't think you're being unreasonable with that. But the reason I call it 50-50, I think because I'm going off a skill set and what he's shown me, right? And like, I want to put something in perspective. I'm not gonna come up here and tell y'all that his performance against Damon Nicholson was the best of his career. But I also would not be being honest if I say he pretty much 12-zipped this dude, dropped him 2-3 times. And think about something. I just want to put this in perspective. That's not even his best performance. it's not, and he still dominated. Like that's why I give him the credit I give him, because he's shown me it, and I know he getting a bit older. I get all of that. I know it's a Benavidez. He gonna have to be on his game, but when has he not been? So even when he hasn't looked his best, he still typically dominates opposition. He don't lose a ton of rounds. He don't get his ass beat in there. And defensively, the numbers speak for themselves. So it's like, I think we missing something with him, because I think people might be, for the first time, putting too much stock into this guy's age, man. He's still getting in there without it being his sharpest and most crisp performance against Demond Nicholson. He pretty much just outclassed him from 1 to 12. What was it, a 10 or 12 round? I don't even remember, but he
12 round.
The skills are still there, man. Them skills are not gone. You might say he may not be as fast, may not be as quick, but them skills are still intact, man.
Mm-hmm.
And being that David is probably gonna be bigger, does David ever use his size? Like, you know how Tyson Fury leans on you? You know how Tyson Fury leans on a fighter to tire them out? Does David do that? Does he use his size like that?
I ain't never seen it.
No, actually, I don't think that he's the most physical fighter. He's kind of like, look, you mentioned Kovalev before. I think that's the one area in which he's kind of like Kovalev, in the fact that despite his size, he's not the most physical guy. Outside of him posting and, framing, but in the clinch, if you go look at the fight with Kyron Davis pushing him around. You look at the fight with what the hell is his name? Ronald Ellis. Ronald Ellis was able to push him around. And I think a lot of it, in my personal opinion, I believe it comes from
Gabriel did that
feet.
too.
The base. His base is not the strongest. I feel like if he had better feet, better balance, forget about it. Because
Gabriel did that. Remember, Gabriel in that fight against Gabriel was pushing David around.
He did have that something up with the knee. I think that's why the legs look shaky too. But we got to drop out of Gabriel beating the fight would not be close. Oh, you don't think this fight gonna be close, Ant? With him and Benavidez? I mean, I'm not like, I get it, right? I know what kind of performance y'all expecting from David if y'all feeling like it's not gonna be close. And I'm not saying he's not capable of performing, right? But I think you still got to account for the level of talent that Andre still is, despite what you think of him. Like that, I don't see how this fight is an easy one for him, right? Unless he's completely fallen off, completely overnight. I ain't saying even with a Demond Nicholson type performance, you got to be very careful if you say if he looked like that, but you think about the outcome. Like, so again, in looking like that, he was able to get that type of decisive win. It don't even be close with him. So I got a lot of faith in the guy's consistency throughout the years, and I'm not just going to fault him for the lack of marquee names that have missed him for one reason or another, right? I just think this is his opportunity to prove what he got left at this point. And I ain't saying he passed it. I don't look at it like that. If Benavidez pulled his win off, he getting his credit. And again, the only way I'm going to pull the he fell off card is if he clearly showed me that. And I just don't expect that, right? Even if he had moments, whatever the case, like I expect Boo Boo to look, to go out looking like he's supposed to look in this fight. I don't see him just going and getting dominated. You get what I'm saying? I just don't see that skillfully. He know how to fight, bro. He know how to take care of himself in that ring. And you haven't had nobody to just beat his ass. Now, don't tell me just because a dude can come forward and throw a lot of punches that he can't have no level of success. Remember, people told me that Benavidez also was just going to maul and knock Caleb Plant out. And mauling him he did in the second half. So it was very interesting in the first. So don't be surprised if the fight is competitive early. Now, again, slowing down, like gassing is terrible for you. I think that's the beginning of the end if you do that with Benavidez. But
yeah, but David, I don't know what it is with David.
You'll be fine, bro. Like, I think that's what's important. You got whatever pace is set, it has to be maintained, and you can't allow David to set the pace because
and I don't know what it is with David specifically with his gas tank. It seems like his gas tank gets better and better as the fight goes on. It doesn't it's not the
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about y'all, and y'all chime in. Y'all feel free to let me know what y'all seen. When I seen him fight Caleb Plant, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the first time, in my opinion, that I think David Benavidez, I felt like he had to get a second win for a second, but he did it, and that's the thing. And once he done it, he was cool. Like for the rest of the fight, I seen him breathing in there more than I've seen in the past, and I seen a bit of frustration. But I also seen his ability to kind of get it back right. He showed the frustration when Caleb Plant was moving very well. I forgot what he did. He pointed or he did something. He showed him like he wanted him to, stop moving. I'm like, don't even show him that. Don't show him that what he's doing is bothering you, because you can't expect that man to just stand there with you. That's not gonna happen, right? You just keep working. But he kept doing it. And what I liked about that fight is he changed tactics. Early, he was looking for the ref to break them up in clinches because Caleb Plant was strong enough to maintain the clinch. When the fight got wore on, I think that became harder for him. And instead of him looking for the ref, he started fighting in him. He started landing some shots, I think, that was effective. And like I said, that body shot that Caleb Plant talked about, that set it off too, man. So Benavidez, man, he's very resilient, bro. So
that's what I mean. Like with David,
gotta make him work.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Got to.
Do you see what I'm saying with David? That seems like his gas tank gets way better as the fight goes on. It's not one of these. He's not a slow start. Are him and Canelo similar? Like
I gotta disagree, and I'll say this. And here's the reason why. I'm not saying that David has a bad gas tank or that he gasses, but what I think it is oftentimes is with his ability to sustain the action in the second half of the fight, and the other guy isn't thrown as much, it looks like he's getting much stronger, but the other guy isn't returning as much.
Right.
So the other guy is getting overwhelmed. Naturally, it's going to look like, okay, this guy is getting much stronger, much stronger, much stronger.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But what happens if there's going to be a little bit of resistance in the event that he starts to tire or get a little bit wary? Now he got something coming back at him, and he doesn't have a guy that's just holding on and clinching and trying to survive in there. No disrespect to Caleb.
That's a good point. And the thing is, he has a
just I want to bring up a report.
Don't get it wrong. Like he can go. Like he ain't got no guy. His conditioning, I think, is a calling card of his right. Even in that Caleb Plant fight, like I said, I was looking close. In my opinion, I seen him look like he had to get a second win. Now, I ain't saying in doing that he looked so fatigued, but for a moment I seen him breathing a little more. And again, he had obviously way more than Caleb Plant. And when he seen that he slowed down, that's to me that lit a fire under him. So, he just came on, and I think he outlasted him and outwilled him through the second half of that fight and mauled him. And, he made it rough and rugged. He beat him.
I'm not sure if you talked about this already, Just. I'm not sure if you talked about this earlier in the stream, but this is according to reports from Boxing Scene and ESPN. Showtime doesn't want any part of the rematch with Earl and Bud if they do a rematch.
Oh wow! I think I'm gonna have to talk about that tomorrow, because that's interesting, man. And you know what? Salute to you. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm not going to deep dive into it now because that's like a whole other stream. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I got a lot to unpack with that, because it's a lot I already felt about things. So if that is in fact the case, then that kind of makes some of the things that I've heard about that situation and that fight being made true, in terms of people possibly not wanting or wanting to do it, and why. So yeah, man, salute to you, man. But we damn sure gonna build on that. That's interesting. I definitely want to go look into that some more, read on it, see some things, because that's a lot to unpack. And I feel like it's got to be a reason that's the case. But I want to see first. I want to go read it myself. Man,
Shawa Allah
to my baby girl. Showtime doesn't really have a leg to stand on. It's contractual. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Salute to the queen, Shawa Allah.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
I'm not fully surprised. I can't say I am. All right. If it was Mike Cobb, it's about his fault. Yeah, boxing seemed pretty solid. if he said boxing scene. I'm gonna go look though, because I usually always look. I always catch a lot of good information through there. And they be pretty solid, but I'm gonna go look though. But I ain't expect that. I definitely ain't expect it, but I ain't gonna say I'm fully surprised because again, some of the stories that I heard, or some of the things that was lingering when it came to making that fight, did get put out there. So it might be some validity to them if that is in fact the case. And I can't say, even with the very limited information, it'd just be my opinion and me having a theory on it. I want to be clear, first and foremost. I'm not going to be like nobody else and make it seem like I know for sure what's going on. That's weird. I don't, but I can guess. Maybe, I can give a thought on it. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting, but I ain't gonna lie. Two chapters now. The Charlo Canelo chapter, or if that was ever even a thing for real, I'm cool on that. And be perfectly honest with you, going through all of that stuff they went through, and like us dealing with it as the fans from the outside looking in, I'm ready to close that Bud and Spence chapter too. I ain't even lying to you. And respect to both of them. Like, listen, I just want to, if it's going to be a rematch, please just do it and get it over with. I'm not willing to sit through another long, drawn out situation where we can't understand what's going on. Not doing it again. Like, it's contractual from what I understand. So don't they got to do it? So, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, that's the part of boxing that make me mad. Like, we shouldn't have to figure out if these dudes really going to fight again and all that extra stuff. It shouldn't even be that. Remo, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? It's all good, Brody. What's good with you? But we gonna definitely talk about Errol's Bud on Twitter and watch it. He's stupid. Hell, respect to the Princess BK. Man, salute to the Queen, man. Salute to Dr. Mark. Flawless mentality. Any work tickets in a fight in a hotel? For my brother Boogeyman King Andre. What is the date? Is November? What is it? 25th, right? Yeah, November 25th. That's my son's birthday too. Hell of a day to have a fight card. Good job, fellas. Good job, man. Good job, boxing. Good job. Good damn job. I just want to end, man. While we here, man, because we've been building on he said boxing scene teach, so I have to still check that for myself because I haven't seen it. Salute to the baby girl, man. She said, "Great live, keep cooking, man." Yeah, I always appreciate the fellas, the brothers coming up here.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
Salute to my guy Remo. Dang. Yeah, I gotta go look it up myself, teach. But that's interesting. But like I said, I wouldn't be fully surprised, man. Look at all the stuff that it seemed like it had to take to get it done the first time. And I'm pretty sure, just a wild guess that nobody want to go through that shit again, respectfully. Nobody. Like, bro, that I ain't never in my life been drained by something that didn't affect me in my you get me? Like, people was losing it about that. Like, it's really people that's not cool no more about that situation. That's wild to me. So, man, I'm ready to close that chapter, bro. If they gonna fight, cool. I'm supporting it, just like I supported the first time. Whatever the outcome is gonna be, it's gonna be. We think we as boxing fans shouldn't have to sit through like a whole nother grueling, weird ass situation where we don't know if people really gonna fight or not. That's why
I just looked on boxing scene. I ain't see nothing about it. But I'm looking. I see things related to Terence Crawford. I typed in Crawford in the search bar, and I see the latest thing they have about Terence Crawford is TSZYU's promoter saying that they won't wait for Charlo. In the event that they don't wait for Charlo, they want to fight. These are the names that he listed: Brian Mendoza, Errol Spence, and Terence Crawford. TSZYU. That's according to Fox Sports Australia. I wouldn't be mad at seeing Errol Spence at 154 with TSZYU. I think that'd be a nice little scrap right there.
Right. TSZYU and Mendoza.
TSZYU and Mendoza. That would be a good fight too. And then another thing I see is Boo Boo wanting Bud not to come to 168, saying he got the skills to hang with these guys, but it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I keep saying, man, that weight jump is wild. Like, that's asking for too much. You wilding. you acting crazy. Don't jump no damn 3-weight class. You better leave them 68 pounders alone, bro. Leave them 68 pounders alone. Go with what you said. Your first instinct was your best one. You said they had weight classes for a reason. If I heard you right, or if either that, or I'm just thinking this in my head about Bud going to 68. Like, y'all better chill, man.
He better not do that.
Yeah, I think he's soaking in the moment because I think he understands a bit how things go and how people jump all over stuff. So I think that's one of those situations where he kind of, he just riding the wave, his wave, respectfully. Got to give him that, though, because it is his wave. I don't care about people trying to say he attaching himself to Canelo. I don't look at it that way. It's all boxing at the end of the day, but I get it. Don't stretch it out, though. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, like, tease people a little bit. I'm cool with that. I understand it for what it is, but don't stretch it out past this point and make people really believe that that's what you're going to do. I mean, unless you're really going to do it. You know what I mean? Look, and I'm not against it. I keep saying this skillfully. He's no problem. I'm not worried for that. But 21 pounds? So nobody care about 20. So 21 pounds don't make nobody be like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Nah. And no acclamation is what I'm saying. Like, we're going to do one. What Charlo did was already wild. But we're gonna add another weight class to that. And no acclamation and just fight this dude again, bro. And they reporting that he made allegedly $50 million to fight a junior middleweight at super middleweight and get paid like that. You crazy? Man, yo, if they giving out money like that, they need to just come get me from Jersey. Just sign me.
You made how much?
You
made how much?
I seen somebody now again. I can't validate it, but the only thing I seen somebody say $50 million. I seen a couple little reports saying something about $50 million for Canelo Alvarez.
I know the guarantee was like 35 up front, I think.
And again, if you I don't know, I can't break it down because I don't never really care about that money. But didn't he sign the deal? What was the deal worth? Wasn't it reportedly worth something? So I guess you figure you got 2 more fights on there. So maybe I'm pretty sure he getting paid a lot though. Whatever it is, he got paid a whole lot to fight.
I heard it was over 100 million. They ain't even counting the back end.
Salute to the Queen, Miss Joette, man. Much love and appreciation for the superstar.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
I love that clip, man. That clip will never get old.
Yeah. When I seen it, I was like, I gotta have it. I just hate that it be cutting it off sometimes. I hate that. I don't know why I do that. It's stream, y'all.
Yeah, man. I say cash out. I say if Bud want to come up and you want to do it, Canelo, give him what he's asking for, man.
I love that. I'll watch it. Key Alexandria, what's going on, Queen? How you feeling?
I don't feel as though he has to make that fight happen to validate himself. The guy is a 2-time undisputed 3-division champ. He's had a heck of a career. I don't feel as though he needs to be validated with a fight with Canelo. But again, if that's what he want to do, let him go up there and see what it's about. We see my guy go from, even though it was gradual, it wasn't just like a drastic jump. Roberto Duran started at 130 and went all the way up to middleweight. That's 30 pounds right there. So I do agree with your point about the acclamation, though. Sometimes you got to just dip your toe in the pool and before you jump in there. You know what I mean? So get yourself right. Get situated. But if he's asking for it and they saying it makes sense, CENTS, make it happen.
You're right. You already know. I'm just like, man, and I want to be very clear, man. Bud is a hell of a dude. Skill-wise, he can hang with Canelo all day, if you ask me. If he was a natural 68-pounder, I would outright right now, undeniably be picking Bud because I already feel like I know what he brings. So, yeah, I think he'd be able to beat him and outbox him. Natural 68, I don't think nobody. I think Canelo going to retire without getting knocked out. I just do. That's just what it is. He got a beard on. Somebody knock him out, I'll be shocked. I'm not going to lie. But outboxing him, if he was a natural 68-pounder, absolutely. Absolutely, he could do it. But under these circumstances, 21 pounds, that's the only place I'm putting the stock into that's way too much size and weight. that's asking him to be Superman. And me as a man, as a boxing supporter, I don't expect none of these dudes to be Superman. 40-0 is Superman enough. You know what I mean? Beating Errol Spence in that fashion is some Superman shit in and of itself, right? So I'm not asking you to jump up, and that's just me being real. I think people that's asking you are maybe the ones that either share personal experiences with you, so they know you personally, they seen what you do, and they just believe in you that much that they believe you could be successful no matter what you do. I get that. But for me, I'm just looking at it from the outside. I haven't had those same experiences. I can pretty much, guess that, that you show people some shit, right? But I just think that's asking too much. 21 pounds, a whole lot, with no acclimation. I can't stress that enough. I think that's very important. And I point more recently to the T.O. fights. Look how he went about his business at 140. Look at what time he fought Josh Taylor. That was in his third fight at 140. Look how much different it looked. And that was arguably the best fighter that he fought at 140. So look how much different it looked when you acclimated to the weight. To me, I think that's had a lot to do with his performance. He just looked stronger, more fit. He looked more ready, filled out for the fight and for the weight class, and he performed like it. And I think that the same will happen. You got to think a guy that came from lightweight, had to grow into 47. He had to grow into 47. Took him a little bit, but he did it. So you're telling me no, skip 54, skip 60, hit 68, and be like, yeah, I'm here. I'm fighting Canelo. That's just brave. That's very brave. And yeah, I expect him to believe in himself like that. And I'm not even doubting him, but that I'm just saying I feel like that's asking way too much for a fighter to do that. It's almost like saying get him knocked out. I don't know. Like, that I could see a Amir Khan-ish situation. Like, look how well Amir, and I knew it. I said this the whole time when they made that fight. I was like, he gonna outbox him until he get caught, and I know it. I know it. Say he gonna be doing well until he get caught. And look what just Canelo took his time, lost round after round against Amir Khan, closed the gap, boom, connected. And I think what is Canelo like 5'7", 5'8", Crawford about what 5'8". Reach over him, but not that much weight, man. So
got a lot of reach. That man got some abnormally long arms for his height. And I'll say this about Amir Khan, though. I think there's a little bit of a difference between the two, because for me, regardless of who Amir Khan was fighting, I was always holding my breath. Like, damn, is this the round where he's gonna get sparked? Because even when he was like at the lower weight classes, when he fought like who was it, like
you knew it was coming, bro. You knew it.
God damn.
And when it happened, I felt it for him for a second. I was like, ooh, I know it's over. He went down like a ton of bricks. It was similar.
Exactly.
How he
it's never one of those situations where he's on Bambi legs or he's on Queer Street. With him, it's just like a kill switch. He gets hit with that one shot and he's just out.
The lights out.
Don't even count. He's out of it.
Unplug your electricity, bro. He shut the electric off in the house. He left that man in complete darkness. Sent him to the sunken place. That man had an out-of-body experience. Salute to the Queen Key Alexandria in the super chat. Said, I'm about to fight Canelo. I need y'all to have the ambulance on standby, 5 oxygen of tanks, Oreo cookies, and a minister. 50 million. Put me in, coach. We got you. Matter of fact, Key, we gonna jump it. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no farewells. We gonna jump.
I said Oreo cookie. You might as well swap that out for some Jello.
We gonna jump them though.
Swap that out for some Jello, Key, because Canelo hit you with that left hook. It ain't gonna be no Oreo cookies for weeks. You ain't gonna be able to chew. You're gonna be scooping Jello.
You're gonna have to crush these things up and put them in a milkshake.
You gonna be drinking.
I like milkshakes anyway. I'll drink a couple milkshakes. I'll go on the Oreo cookie milkshake diet for a little while.
Oreo McFlurry. It's gonna have to be soft.
Yeah, man. He was hitting Mel with some vicious joints. I ain't gonna lie. But is it different? If anyone can make that jump, it's him. I get the confidence, bro. I never argue somebody's confidence in a guy, right? That's showing you that he's done it over and over and over again, right? Now, I mean, I get it, but for me, I'm leveling with him, right? Like, you've shown me you're great to me. Like, anything more is icing on the cake, right? I ain't saying you've accomplished it all since you beat her, but I get it, man. Like, I don't feel like I need to see 21-pound jump and 68-pound Bud fighting, a guy that's been fighting at like heavyweight. Like, that's wild to me. And they're gonna pay him crazy. Now, if he wanted, look, I'll support it. I want to be very clear, man. Here, man, is he a more skillful fighter than Canelo, in my opinion? Craftier, I think he can outbox him. Yes, if he was his size. But again, I get it. I got a clip from Shakur talking about Bud. Matter of fact, man, where is that? So you see, it's stuff like this. I get it, y'all. Y'all hear these type of stories about Bud. You like, man, look, Shakur did say what he seen. People got mad at him for saying what he seen in the gym. I'm like, how could y'all be mad at what Bud did to people? I hear some wild story about Buddy, man. Here you go. I hear Bud strong as hell.
Beating up on him.
Mm-hmm. He said married fights were amazing. He will box beautifully and get slapped. Yeah. Bud special breed though, man. But them weight classes is wild. That weight jump 21. Sheesh, man. Damn, 21 and you ain't fought higher than 47 and you had to grow into that. I'm just thinking logically, like based off that. Like, you think about how his body gonna look, y'all. How are you going to be able to transform your body 3 weight classes up from one camp to the next? You get what I'm trying to say? I don't think that's a bit much. Like, that's wild. And you're asking him to be the best he's ever been. You get what I'm trying to say? That's handicapping him. It's like, I'm on his side. Like, bro, I get it. Like, I'm not trying to say you can't do it, but I just think that's unnecessary as hell. Unless somebody truly wants to see you, like, dare to be great in that way. But man, that's not the same dude that a Mayweather fought. He don't have that frame. That's not him. That guy, yeah, you can beat him. Bud with the guy maybe Floyd fought. That guy, that size Canelo, yeah, maybe you can. I think you can get him. I think you could. But the physical being specimen that he is now, arguably on or off computer up. You know what I'm saying?
On the computer on the stick, on the billiard taco.
Up for 12 rounds straight, beating on my man Charlo like a drum. They keep talking about it's the new Canelo. Yeah, he said nobody beats this version of Canelo. What you mean? Red flag on the play. Hold on, blow the whistle. What'd you say? This version? What exactly version are you, sir? And why are you this version? And I seen you for the last 3-4 fights look a certain way. Now all of a sudden, right on cue, here we go. You revisited the fountain of youth. He's back. This is the new guy. Nobody beats this one, not even Floyd. Y'all always throw that in there. Well, newsflash, the Floyd that you fought, the only one that you ever fought, whooped your ass. So we don't care. That this version of you just way too big, and Floyd about 50, bro. So chill.
He purged himself in Lake Tahoe. That's what it was. He took a dip in that lake. He came back. You see how he is now. He's brand new again, man.
I don't put jackets, and I'm saying this with all due respect to the sport. When I hear a guy get caught for something, and I always felt like that slap on the wrist was like planned till 6 months. Like I guess that's protocol, right? But he damn sure got the least of the that's a slap on the wrist to me. And by that time, Golovkin already was getting older. 6 months later, half a year plus, and then a couple more months with training camp. You got yourself an older Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? And then you fought G40 in the trilogy, bro. That's wild. Fighting him at 40 is wild. Nobody asked you to do it. Yo, that's crazy. You already know, Troy. Appreciate you, bro. So I'm bringing the damn.
Just it's hard not to get drawn in when you hear my guy Richard Lopez. Not Richard Lopez, Richard Torres, pardon me, the heavyweight, when he's doing interviews with Sean Zartel and talking about how Bud was able to pick him up.
Yeah, Jordan is wild.
Dude is strong, man.
Yeah, yo, but I look, and I'll tell y'all the story.
Dude's 220 pounds.
He really a specimen,
you see the man throwing, did you see him throw that touchdown pass the week before last?
Now he really an athlete, bro. That dude really an athlete. He really is. So that's why I'm open to y'all feeling like he can do it. Like, notice what I'm not telling you. I'm not saying like, nah, it's just no way. I'm just feeling like I'm leaning on the side that's asking a whole lot. That's all. You know what I mean? But He is a exceptional dude. I'm just saying some of the things that he's done, like from the wrestling with people that are supposed to be wrestlers and out wrestling them with ease. This is a little wild dude. A little trick bag, bro. He a real athlete, yo. He like a little
heavyweight,
like a silver tooth
like,
kid.
Dude,
like
this dude is 220 pounds. Picked the man up over his shoulders like it was nothing.
Yeah, like that's wild stuff right there. That you
the man went golfing and drew and first time ever golfing. Hit the ball, God knows how many yards. You see that clip the other day?
I don't know, man. I don't know if they call him a LeBron, but that dude just
he's like a Bojack for the boxing right now.
I don't like comparisons because I don't know if I will be overstating or understating, right? And I don't want to do neither. I just want to be right in the middle with it. But I think he's an exceptional athlete. I think outside of just being a boxer is what I'm saying. Like from some of the stuff you see him do, he's just a dude that he like that. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of a silver tooth kid, bad kid, grew up, you know what I mean, doing everything, fighting. Like think about it, his mom was paying people to beat him up. That's wild. First of all, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Paying people to beat your baby up is wild. Turned that boy into a damn two-time undisputed champion. I'm trying to tell you. That shit turned Bud on. You know, his mama trying to get you beat up. He figured, man, I ain't never let nobody beat me up. But and somebody, I forgot who came out and said it. They feel like he's gonna retire undefeated. I feel like he might. He got a damn good chance though. TC versus Canelo on the greens, $100 per hole. Canelo said, "Boxing, I can love boxing is my life." Yeah, he said. He was powered up after that sparring match, boy. Powered up. He ain't sit down in between rounds. I said, yeah, here we go. Now they saying he don't get tired no more. I have an issue with that, y'all, because you don't get younger in boxing. And although you can, you know, have great training camps and, you know, feel good and do all these things, all this turning back the hands of time that's not real. It's not. It's just not real. It's not. I don't think so. Like, not if you've shown me it in multiple fights. And like, you can try to blame everything on the injuries or lack thereof and say you injury free this time. This is why I look this way. I just don't know if I could level 100% with that. Like, and that's if you're really selling me that you're some reinvented guy all of a sudden. Like, don't do that to me. That's insulting to our intelligence. Like, you just don't get younger, bro. You don't do that. You did this boxing. Like, you can't play it and you don't get younger. Like, you are who you are, bro. And when you got miles on you and over 60 fights, you don't just all of a sudden look like, you know, you did a few years ago or something like that, in my opinion. So I just be having issue with that. And it's not so much it's the narratives that people, I guess, push in trying to say somebody is reinvented, right? And I don't like that because, like, we seen the clenbuterol situation, and we all know that they allowed a certain amount, and it's just, that's wild to me. Like, but people overlook it, and if we say it, we it's like taboo. You can't say it. Yes, you can. I don't give a damn what they talking about. If you don't want me to start thinking that it's something funny going on, don't sell to me that this guy just turned back the hands of time all of a sudden. All right, fair enough. Just say, yeah, he looks sharper. Get what I'm saying? But don't start with the now. He turned back the hands of time. He revisited the fountain of youth. He looked different now. He ain't getting tired no more. He's no longer fighting in spurts. What the hell are we doing now? So you trying to tell me this is a new guy? Like, don't do that to me, bro, because I know this is boxing, and I know it don't go like that. I know it don't go like that. Not with no 60-plus fights. You got dudes who have to fight at the same age that wore down. You know, wear and tear is real, bro. You're not going to tell me now you can reset the mileage. You can't reset. You can't. This ain't. You get what I'm saying? This ain't that. Your miles are your miles. You can't just reset it and just start over. Like, every fighter would do that if they could. Like, and just don't sell me that, right? Say, yeah, he looks sharper. Say he was more focused. Say, even push that he ran the mountains this time. Even push that because he did it, right? Push that stuff, right? Because you can say, yeah, he did it, but don't sell me that he reinvented himself and he's just all new all over again, brand new. Like, that's not realistic, bro. Don't do that to me. Yeah, dude. And I've seen multiple fights in a row. You know what I mean? Not looking a certain way, fighting in spurts, getting tired, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, none of that is the case no more. Don't do me like that. But again, just to be more level with the situation, one thing I could attribute for why he probably didn't look spent or had to fight in the spurts that he typically fights in, it's because of the lack of resistance that Jermell Charlo put up on the night. You get what I'm saying? I think the lack of resistance allowed Canelo to look a certain way. And maybe because of that, that's why he looked reinvented. So I'll say that to just be as fair as I can. It don't have to be the latter, right? It don't got to be no foul play or nothing like that. It could just simply be like the lack of resistance put up in the fight wasn't enough to make him look a certain way. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what it could boil down to. So I think his next performance, we should demand a 68-pounder, and I think it'll say a lot about him. You know what I mean? We'll see. And again, he has to fight somebody that's going to put up resistance and actually fight a fight that everybody at home feels like they're really trying to win. No disrespect to Mel Charlo, that's my guy, but the effort just wasn't there. The competitive spirit wasn't there. I think he you know, the weight was, he felt the weight, and it was just a lot for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what played into why he looked the way he did. And he wasn't willing to go out on his shield. Some people mad at that. I'm not necessarily mad at that, but I just didn't expect that type of effort.
What happened to that Shakur clip, man? I was anticipating that. I didn't hear that though.
This story I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. I was in the gym. I want to say I was getting ready for Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter. I'm looking, I'm type nervous for him. I'm like, why is he in the ring with this big old dude? And man, I swear he done caught this dude on the shin. Boom, dude, wobbling all around the ring. I'm like, what the f***? How is this dude this strong? But it's like, honestly, Bud is very strong. A lot of people don't realize how strong he is as a fighter, and his punching power could carry through the weight classes.
Hey man, and again,
I mean, right now, Shakur got me. He got me reeled in, man. I'm invested.
See, he said it, bro. Like he said, look, I'm nervous for this dude. Why is he getting in there with this big old dude? Now I know it, y'all. I ain't saying he did this to Deontay Wilder, right? But again, a heavyweight is a heavyweight to me sometimes, right? Now, if it's just some Joe Smo off the street that ain't never been punched in his face, that's something different. But I got reason to believe that it possibly wasn't that. You get what I'm saying? But still in all, the fact that you were able to check a chin like that on a big guy, man, it is impressive. Like, he is a specimen, bro. He just is, right? He just is. I just think people have a disdain for him for one reason or another. I just think they don't like the way he moves, or at least the way they think he moves from the outside, from their vantage point. They don't like it. So they don't think he honorable. He ain't a man his word, different things. So they don't rock with him, but I don't go that deep into it, man. I just think the dude always did what was best for him. And me and my bro was having a conversation about this, and I was talking like the climate on Crawford is like touch and go. Like, you got some people that's truly celebrating him at every turn, and then you got some people that just the win doesn't resonate well with them. It still like seems like he needs to do a lot more for some people to really look at him like he's supposed to be looked at for one reason or another. It's crazy. But I say anytime, you know, the word is he's a terrible businessman and a sucker and this and that. But I think anytime you got a guy that essentially got it off on the promoter, and then, you know, in his biggest fight, he kind of get it off on them as well, and he win, it's hard for me to say, oh, that guy's a dummy. It, like, because what are we saying about the other guy? Like, he's dumb and he got the ups. Like, if you saying he got all the stuff he didn't deserve, again, bro, like, it's a real good thing. That's why I say that Showtime conversation would be interesting if that is a fact, because that would tie that into that conversation as well. But we're going to see. But, man, I think that guy is a lot smarter than what people gave him credit for. And I think, again, when you personally have a opinion based off what you feel like is your experiences, you know, viewing a person, and if they rub you the wrong way, you know, from a moral and principle standpoint, you just can't, I guess you can't connect with them as well as other people can. For me, I haven't attached myself that close to the situation because I think it would ruin the entertainment for me. So I never went that deep in it with Bud. I always looked at it as he could be an asshole. I wouldn't argue that, right? But I always thought the dude was trying to do the best he could for himself. You get what I'm saying? I think that's no different than what every other fighter in their team is doing. But he just has a way about doing it that if you're from the outside looking in, you just don't like the way he's going about it. And I get it because I can see it. But I'm able to identify it, but not to the point where I'm emotionally invested in his decision making where I hate him now. Like what? It doesn't affect me in that way. But you can call a solid a solid. Like, you know, something that's not honorable is not honorable, right? Something you just don't respect, you don't respect. I'm cool with that, but I've never let it affect me emotionally to the point where I can't get a dude this credit as a fighter. Like, it's a difference. You could, him the businessman is one thing, him the fighter is another, right? I try to separate the two and don't make no excuses for the stuff that people don't like about him. I just tell you I get it. I'm not emotionally invested to the point where I don't like the guy. Like, I'm not that far, it's not that deep for me. It's like I would have to see him do something far more than be a shrewd businessman to hate him. Like, I would have to see more than that. Like, that's not enough. It's like, because we talk about boxing. You get what I'm saying? Where nice guys don't finish last, although we respect those guys and we got a ton of respect and appreciation and admiration for those type of guys, some stand-up dudes. But we also know in the climate, like in the world of boxing, it don't always suit you best to try to be that guy. You get what I'm saying? You got to do what's best for you. And that's just what it is. And I think
big facts.
This fight that happened, it's a lesson to be learned on both sides about this fight. Earl Spence to never be this giving. Like, how you gave, and I'm talking about to the people too. Look how you gave and look how they crapped on you when you lost and you fell short. Weak. Look how people flipped the script. You've been winning all your career. You take one loss, and look how they kind of flip on you, and just the rhetoric that come with it. So it's like, was it really, you know, worth it? You get financially, of course, right? You look, of course, it'll always be worth it from the numbers we heard that they got potentially, right? But just again, you got, when you considering the fans, that's why I think certain fighters consider themselves before the people for situations like that. No, I'm not justifying it, but you get what I'm saying? Be like, you give us something we want, and they still shit on you for it. It's like, damn, like he gave you what he said he was gonna give you. He didn't get the result, but still got to give him credit for getting it done and being solid on that. But it's a trigger word for a lot of people. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Showers. Showers says it. Yeah.
Yeah, let me add one thing to what you said about Bud Just. I think that a lot of us as EJ fans, we can't stand that our guy was on the other end of those business dealings. I feel like a lot of it comes from the reverence that a lot of us as fans have for EJ.
Good point, Remo.
That kind of clouds our perception of Bud. Because outside of this situation, what can we point to say that this guy is scummy or he does horrible business or he's this, that, and the third? I wasn't hearing any of this prior to these negotiations with EJ.
Right.
I wasn't hearing any of these things about Bud.
Right. Nah, I got you.
EJ was going to dog walk him and whip him and so on and so forth. But I wasn't hearing anything about this man's character, about him being a scummy person or a terrible businessman. None of these things were being said.
Yeah. Nah, that's where I get it at. I'm right there with it. Like, I just didn't hear it before this point. And I try. And if you know that I'm a fair dude, you got to know I ain't just making it. I know I followed his career. I've never heard it up until this point. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Bob Graham take little shots at Bud, but again, that's the promoter. If you getting it off on a promoter, who's the dummy? You get what I'm saying? If I'm getting paid more than what I'm supposed to be getting paid for less than premium fights, and when you give me less than a premium fight, it's somewhere in the contract that I'm supposed to get an extra $1 million or something like that on top of that. Again, who's the dummy? So when you put those things together, man, and you know that was the case, man, I don't know, man. Seemed like this dude outsmarted the system and the powers that be. And that's why you used to hear Bob Arum taking shots at him. And it was funny. And I think if it was up to Bob Arum, I don't think we ever would have seen him at Earl Spence fight. To be real with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. But I ain't here to say nobody's perfect, but I think it's his team, they understand the business of boxing to a certain degree, where people, again, I'm not saying agree with how they do it, but for me, for my position, I have such limited information to make such a permanent assumption on him as a whole, as a businessman. I have so limited knowledge on how he actually moves. I only can point to one situation, one fight where it was like, get what I'm saying? And I know it's been other situations, right, where people be like, you know, he done this before, but not to the manner where this was dragged, right? So I don't know. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, the fact that some type of way it was able to happen, I think speaks volumes anyway, right? So I don't know. I just think none of these guys are perfect, but they always try to put themselves in the best.
No, it's the fandom. It's the fandom, man, that sways us in either direction. It's like what we're seeing right now with Shakur and Haney. It's almost like a civil war amongst boxing fans, where you got one guy who, you know, he goes to the sanctioning body, and then we're hearing, oh, well, he didn't really want to fight, and this, that, and the third, and you just ignoring all of these other things. So now all of a sudden he's this, that, and the third because, you know, I guess there's some sort of friction between him and your favorite fighter. And I feel like it's the same way. I can say, admittedly, as an Errol Spence fan, naturally it almost feels like you just have to be opposed to all things Bud Crawford, just because this thing has been brewing for so long.
Right.
It doesn't matter what this man says or does.
Yeah, and that's why I like the way you put it.
The words.
Because that's me. That I'm very open to people, how people view it too, though. I'm never like I'm always trying to be in the middle and exploring both sides of it. Not saying just because I explored that other possible side is mean that's the side I'm on. I'm not on a side. I'm just think just to, you know, to have a in-depth conversation. It's like you can look at it from this angle and this angle. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's not on any end all be all, and that's why I never tell people they're wrong for how they view something. That's why we talk about it. Like, everybody sees it different, and I'm just not a closed-minded person where even if I did see it not that big a deal and other people do, I get it. Like, I'm not like you're crazy for it. I get it. Some people just, you know, some certain situations just, you know, bother people differently. But for me, I just always try to keep it in perspective that this is entertainment. Once you get wrapped up in how these dudes do business with such limited information, it becomes draining. And I know that because we don't have enough of the information where you get what I'm saying, know the ins and outs and know exactly what's going on. You just don't know. But I know one thing we did know, we did get a fight, man. So that's always a good thing. And that's another great point, though, Remo. I be hearing, like, I be having conversations about Top Rank as well on ESPN, and people feel like, you know, Top Rank is like a starter kit, and you can get to a point where you can outgrow it as a promotional company, right? And I could understand that to a certain degree, and maybe that's why Terence Crawford, you know, was put in there with some of the guys that he was put in there with. If you look at it from that perspective, right? They maybe moved them. It was able to get him, but so far, and then that extra little push that he may have needed, it seemed like they wasn't willing. So, you know, it's crazy that he wasn't able to get a Pacquiao fight, and Pacquiao was over there, right? It's just crazy that certain stuff just didn't happen, and he had to get away from there to make a fight. The biggest fight of his career is crazy when all he's done is win. So you would think that he's positioned himself to get nothing but big fights at this point. But let's just look at the static and the resistance put up when it came time to do so. It's just crazy. So when people say it's like a starter kit and you can only get you but so far, it's like I believe they have potential to do more, but they have to really want to. And I think it's just a select few that they feel that strongly about. And I just don't, even for the newer crop and the guys that's there now, like, just don't know if any of those guys fit that bill. I felt like Loma was one because you seen the push that was behind it, and the comments that was being made about what type of fighter he was and who he was better than, different stuff like that. I just don't see that type of push for nobody that's there right now. So I don't know. You hear Shakur say he exploring his options and things like that. You get interested, man. Get pretty interesting. Salute to my bro, Big Dog Willie, man. He says salute to the diabolical, infamous Haney code. Hashtag cap. You know it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
I like that point that Remo made about ESPN. I feel as though they kind of dropped the ball with boxing in general, though. I think that they could have done a much better job, or they could be doing a much better job with the content. It's like you have all of these shows over there, First Take, this one, that one. And yeah, I understand that NFL is king, so they're going to be prioritized in terms of being showcased in the programming. But being that those fights are aired on ESPN and ESPN Plus, I think that they could do a better job of promoting their boxers on it. The same way with PBC when they were tied in with Fox. You see Errol Spence over there at Cowboy Stadium with Jerry Jones and all this other stuff, and they would have these things going on occasionally. Now they're with Paramount. We saw the promo run that Bud just went on. I feel like ESPN got to do more stuff like that with their fighters because they do a great job of talent acquisition. They find a lot of those blue chip prospects, guys that are really, really good fighters. Whether they stick around with Top Rank or not, they always do a great job of finding those blue chip prospects. But they've got to do a much better job of developing these guys' profile so that way they have more cachet with the public.
Right. And it's like they know how to do it. Just simple. Stop having favorites, bro. You know what I'm saying? Treat the talent accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Because Loma was definitely a favorite, and the title shots damn near right out the gate to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And why I say that, because I can't name another guy that had those type of opportunities, and even with the opportunities that he's constantly been given, in my opinion, not all of them deserving, but for the most part, he was taking advantage of, you know, the opportunities given for the most part, but still fell short. Still fell short. So even with
that's just one aspect of it for me, because I think the other part is still, even with all of those title shots that he was receiving, he still wasn't really too much of a household name. You know, you wouldn't. I've never seen him in a commercial or anything of that sort. You know, I feel like these promotional companies got to do stuff like that too, man. Get these guys on doing more media. Get some of these guys some endorsements. I think the only other boxer I've seen with an endorsement beside, what's my guy's name, Canelo, is probably Ryan Garcia. Seeing him in that Gatorade commercial with Damian Lillard. We need to see more stuff like that with these young guys, getting them involved. Back in the days, boxers used to have video games. Buster Douglas had a game on Genesis. They had Muhammad Ali boxing. They had Mike Tyson's Punch Out. We had Evander Holyfield Real Deal Boxing on Sega Genesis. Very rarely do we see boxers get those type of opportunities nowadays. I feel like their promotional companies have to do a better job of putting those guys in those types of positions.
Bet on the rematch,
merchandising, and things of that sort.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you got a couple of guys that are doing it independently. I think that Taylor Plant is doing a good job with his merchandise, the Revenge Tour and all that stuff. Errol Spence did a great job recently doing that, but the promotional companies have to do more of that. Just do more of that. Do more of that.
Don't leave it on the fighter. And that's what I used to do. Saying like Terrence Crawford don't promote himself, and it's like, bro, that's really your job. I get it; it's something he can do, but it's definitely still more y'all could have did, because you know how many times I heard people say if he was on PBC, he would have been a bigger fighter. I don't know if you ever heard it. I've heard it several times, like that. He's just saying they would have pushed him different, and I think that says something in and of itself for the detractors of him that still feel like he ain't good. And I'm just talking about him, the fighter, not the businessman, none of that other stuff that people get wrapped up in. I think that says something. The fact that y'all felt like he would have been a much bigger star over there on the PBC side of things.
But I feel as though it affects him as a businessman too, because having that experience, you get conditioned to move a certain way because you don't want things to continue on the way that they have been. So now you feel as though you got to commandeer your career and take your own best interests at heart. Because, like you mentioned, that Pacquiao fight, that wasn't supposed to be Errol Spence and that wasn't supposed to be Ugas. When he signed on originally, it was to fight Terrence Crawford, but Bob didn't make it happen for whatever reason. And then Pacquiao ends up going over to the PBC.
Right.
You know,
boxing's a youth movement.
These guys got to do a better job, yo. These guys got to do a much better job.
Facts. These fighters are paying it forward to these older ones, to the younger generation. I don't know what they be doing. They trip. Tell you, Tank is linked with Stephen Victor from Currency CBK, the hip hop promoter that worked with Jay-Z, Pusha T, Bigger, PBC. What Top Rank can provide? I want to know who he fighting next for real. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Tank, I ain't gonna hold you. The little suspense killing me. I'm sick of them little cryptic tweets. Tank, I done had enough of it. I want to know what's good. All right, Calvin Ford, Coach Kenny, you know, the rise. Let us know what's good with Tank. Who he punching on next, man? I want to see my boy back in there, man. Want to see him back in there. But, man, just to wrap up, man, overall, November 25th, I think, is another solid card for us. It's good to see Jamal back in the building. It's good to see him back. You know what I mean? Hopefully, he's going to be back closer to himself. I think Benavidez, if he don't do nothing else, he's going to fight. He's going to fight back. I think this would be his second fight at 160, to be honest with you. You know, he's not a career 60-pounder, but guys move up all the time, right? And he definitely got the height and size for the weight class. So I don't think he'll be at much of a size disadvantage like that. So we got to see what version of Jamal Charlo come back, to be honest, because that's what's going to be important. As for Sergey Lipinets and Michelle Rivera, that's going to be an entertaining fight, I think. Lipinets is better, more efficient, I believe, at 140. I think that's where that fight is at. I think it's going to be Michelle Rivera first fight at 140 since losing to, you know, Frank Martin, obviously, at 135. Going to be a fun fight, but Michelle Rivera can't lose 2 times in a row. He going to be done up. So I think he can afford the loss, and neither could Lipinets. So I think that's what makes it entertaining. But I got a feeling Michelle Rivera can outbox Lipinets. I do think he can outbox him. Pac-Man talking about wanting another shot. Yeah, something about the Olympics or something too. I gotta read it. It's some notification I got on him, bro. I gotta check it out. It's weird. Good change. Charlo might take an L on this one. Diego Pierre was good with it, bro. Hey man, if he ain't right, bro. Diego, he damn sure can lose if he ain't right, because he been out for a while. Tank versus Pac-Man. Money moves. That'd be wild, wouldn't it? That'd be wild to hear that. Now I heard something about trying to get in the Olympics or something. Right? I heard he's trying to get back in the Olympics, bro. I can't wait to see what Tank next move is. And also, y'all got Brandon Figueroa and Ray Vargas on this card too. And I like Brandon Figueroa for that fight. So I like Brandon Figueroa for the win. I like Michelle Rivera for the win. I like Charlo for the win. I think he's going to be closer back to where he need to be. I think he's going to win this fight. David Benavidez and Andrade, I'm torn, man. I ain't going to lie. I'm torn. Me too, Miss Joey. I heard it too. Yeah, Remo, he trying to retire from life. Keep playing around with these youngest. You better leave these dudes alone, especially Tank. They about the same height too. That's the crazy part. Yeah, Shaw, we want to compete in the next Olympic Games. Yeah, he gotta chill, bro. We seen how you looked after the Ugas fight. Just chill, man. Like, all right, you proved it already. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then if you're in the Olympic Games, you would be fighting what, kids, teenagers, and stuff like that, and young adult. Nah, bro, that's wild. That's wild. That's definitely cheating. There's no way that should be allowed. He's gonna make me talk about that, yo. But I gotta go look into this Showtime story that Ant brought up. I gotta go see if I could find anything on that. And salute the boxing. Salute the November 25th, both David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. I think that's gonna be a hell of a fight too. But so far, my undercard picks, y'all, I got Charlo. I'm rocking with Charlo to beat Jose Benavidez. I'm rocking with Michelle Rivera to beat Lipinets. And I think Brandon Figueroa beat Ray Vargas. I got Brandon Figueroa beating Ray Vargas. Yeah, Keyshawn. Or Keyshawn, what's that? Oh, yeah, nah, he did. Well, he did compete and go back. You're right, he did. But he was early, though, bro. He was early, so it was a little different. You know, Manny had a whole career, Remo. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? He had a whole career. You get what I'm saying, Remo? Keyshawn still was early in the career, whereas Manny, man, he done retired basically, right? And now you about to go try to do you get what I'm saying, bro? He had a whole career first. Now you about to retire and try to do it now? Like, you wilding, bro. You got a ton of experience over people. He tripped. But he did. He got Andy Cruz. That's my guy. Nah, salute to Remo. Appreciate you, bro. He should facts. He should be coaching the Olympics. His son, something. Right, man. Salute to Remo. But nah, you was right, though. You right. You did. But damn, this man, a whole career, he said, nah, let me double back to Olympics. I really want a gold medal. At this point, Manny Pacquiao just trying to scratch stuff off his bucket list. He tripping, bro. Salute to the Filipino legend, man. He bugging, though. He wilding. He wilding. He definitely wilding, bro. Don't nobody want to see you in the Olympics, bro. Chill out. We want to see you chilling, though. We want to see you at the fights and stuff, smiling, giving us the fist, the thumbs up and all that. But nah, November 25th, going to be a great card. I just wanted to break it down because I had got more confirmation to the undercard fights. I think this is going to be a great pay-per-view card November 25th. They sold it to me. They got my money. I rock with all these dudes on the card. I know all these fighters. I'm familiar with all of them. I support them all. But we got October 14th coming up, man. So we got Keyshawn Davis fighting Nair Albright. And I'm trying to tell y'all, watch how the young boy come out here and put these fisticuffs on Nair, man. I like dude too. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think just Keyshawn Davis on a mission. I think he on another level. I think he different than these other prospects, and I think he gonna keep showing it. I know he got to keep showing and proving, but I think he's gonna keep doing exactly that. If you paying attention to his fights, he's only getting better. If you being honest with what you're saying, he's only getting better. And salute to him because he's staying sharp, and I believe he's working with the right guys to stay sharp. So that's why I like him. Funny thing, Benavidez sparring the last southpaw he fought. At least he's trying to put in the right work, Flossie. Great show. Keep grinding. Remo, appreciate you, family. As always, Brody, appreciate you. Much love and appreciation to everybody in the building. Appreciate the family in the super chat. Much love and appreciation, supporting the grind. And we're going to be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, to build on some more boxing. So y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Tuesday. Peace to the Queen, Miss Joette, the Queen Shower, my bro Flossie, Remo, Ant McQueen, 817 coming up, my guy Ant. The rest of the gang, Al, Booger, Gertz. Salute to the Queen Shower. Big Dog Willie, my bro. The rest of the gang, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. And we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fam.